What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Pixel Pitch. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the game?
Phelan is an action-adventure RPG.
It's kind of like a surreal experience.
A satisfying, cozy game.
An immersive treasure hunter simulator.
Is this what I think it is? Oh my god. And so I have no problem putting in $2,000 for this game.
Wow.
Summon reapers in the grave.
We're just throwing money around like crazy. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
You telling me you did this whole fucking thing by yourself?
I did the art, the code.
How long did this take
Yeah,
you?
so far 9 years.
Wow.
I could ask you questions about gameplay and direction all day. This is cool. If you're looking for a potential publisher, Mad Mushroom, if you want to set up a meeting off stream, we can talk.
3 Goblin Woblin. How you doing, man?
Hey.
What a shit game. Let me try something. I did that on purpose.
Lost come to find themselves.
Every era introduces a new type of waste or challenge.
Oh, that's sick. The genre's becoming more competitive, but this is definitely a unique take on it.
Wow, holy shit. Yeah, I didn't expect at all having that whole little intro. Isn't it crazy what you can do whenever you actually have a production team? Guys, how you doing? Welcome to the second episode of Pixel Pitch. And I am very, very excited about doing this. Obviously, the first episode we did went so incredibly well, and I'm just really excited to do it again. We're going to be doing a lot of the same things as last time, along with a couple of different little nuances and changes based off of feedback and what we thought would make the show run a little bit better. And so, anyway, guys, thank you all very much for tuning in. And also, thank you very much. We have a sponsor for this show, Ally Bank, for sponsoring the show. Ally's goal is to become the official ally for creators. You guys like that? That's a good one. This won't happen overnight. It's a long-term ambition and a journey that Ally is just embarking on. From there, we can become better allies, see that, to the creator community, educating creators on how to reach their financial goals. Visit ally.com/creator to learn more. So anyway, guys, last time we had Chance, and we also had Kelly on for the show, and today we're bringing on 2 different guests, and I'd like to introduce them right now. Our first guest is going to be Olivie. I think she might be this is probably the first time you've met her. She just recently joined OTK, and she's been working on making our Games Expo this year the best it ever has been, and we had a meeting about that last night. And bro, you are cooking. This is crazy. I was amazed. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. No, I have been spending basically the last few months reaching out to a bunch of indie developers as well as some small indie publishers. Yeah. I think I've interviewed over 80 different devs just over the course of April alone. So I have just been playing so many new indie games, and I can't wait to see more today on the show.
Oh, I'm very excited, and especially after the ones that I saw that you had picked for the Games Expo, I'm going to be really curious to see what everybody has to say. So yeah, thanks a lot for coming on and being a part of this, and I'm very, very excited. And the second person that we have on for the show is also going to be our CEO, our main guy for Mad Mushroom. We've got Sibs as well. Welcome to the show, Sibs.
Thank you, Asmon. It's great to be here. Super excited about the show and participating here. Love the first episode and excited to check out these games.
Oh, I am too. I am super, super excited, especially after what we saw last time. I mean, some of those games were just incredible. I always find it to be a little bit humbling where it's like, you know, these people that are so talented and so good at actually doing something besides watching other people's YouTube videos want to come on my show and show it to everybody else. I'm very, very honored. I'll say that.
Oh, it's a big deal, and it's great. Yeah. I mean, even, you know, I actually, right after this, have a call with the developer for Bridgeborn, who was on last month's episode. So I'm super excited to talk to them and
that
learn
means
more.
I won't, yes. That means I won't have to keep asking you about that.
No. we got it going. We're going to talk later.
Okay. Awesome.
And I know he's watching, so I'll see you later.
Hi, yeah. Siavash. I remember him because his name was very, very unique. Absolutely. So, obviously, besides being honored and humbled by the fact that the devs are coming on, we also are going to be giving them money, which is what's important. That goes back to the sponsor part as well. And so, last time, everybody, we were giving out the money at the exact same time as the pitch. And I think that what that did is obviously, like, if you were the fourth or the fifth person that was presenting their game, well, you know, a lot of people didn't have quite as much money, and it was a little bit harder for those people to get maybe the funding that they were looking to get. So this time around, we listened to a lot of your feedback, and we're making a couple of changes based off of the way that we are doing the pricing. So it's still going to be the $20,000, and the $20,000 is going to be split 4 ways. It's going to be $5,000 for myself, $5,000 for Olive, and $5,000 for Sibs, and we're going to be allocating that as we see fit at the end of the show, after we see all of the different games and we hear the asks from the different creators. But also, chat is going to be playing a role, because chat also has $5,000 that they are going to be helping giving away, and deciding which game is going to be getting effectively the best in show vote that's going to be decided collectively with chat and also with the judges. So that's going to be happening later on in the show. If it's confusing, or, you know, people come in later on, don't worry about it. You might not fully understand. It's going to be explained again back whenever it's going to be actually happening at the end of the show. So this way, we're going to be able to give everybody an equal chance to be able to, you know, get their game out there and get their best chance for funding. Obviously, you know, 2023, 2024 has been pretty rough for games. There's been a lot of people getting laid off. There's been a lot of people that, you know, have had a certain level of stability that they, for example, I would say just don't have anymore. And that's one of the best things about games like this, and the best things about indie development and the collaborative development that online games can provide, and doing it with the community, is that it gives everybody the opportunity to really support the games that they love and believe in. And that's really what we're here to do today. So I feel like, guys, are we ready to get into the games?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can monologue for 30 more minutes too, but yeah, I think that we're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the first game. And I'd like to introduce. Do we have like names and everything for this? I want to make sure that I have everything set up and good to go. And yeah, oh, there we go. Sorry. We have notes for this. And to be honest, guys, I'm dyslexic, so I read them wrong. Today, I'd like to introduce Josh Bailey from Bean Beast to talk about his new game, which is going to be effectively a tower defense type game. And you guys are about to take a look at it, and we'll see how the game is. How you doing, Josh?
Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's going on with the game, man? What you doing?
Well, yeah, I've been working on, this is my first game. It's called Bean Beasts. And I think we'll jump straight into the trailer. But just before that, I just want to highlight to everybody that this game is still in early production.
Okay.
So I've kind of established the game loop and the mechanics, but the actual game itself is only 20 to 30% done at this point. So just bear that in mind when you're watching the trailer and the gameplay footage.
There's plenty of games that get released like that. Don't worry about it.
Call it DLC, man. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, with that said, let's jump into the trailer.
All right, great. Let's see it. So why are you riding on the giant chicken?
Because I thought it was cool.
I agree.
I just wanted my character to ride on big, mean-looking monsters for backup.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, chickens used to be dinosaurs, and there's a lot of other dinosaurs in there.
And the chicken also comes from, so, you know, in The Legend of Zelda, when you attack a chicken, and all the chickens swarm in and attack you.
I know that firsthand.
How can I put that in my game? So I needed a chicken so that I could have an ability where you summon chickens to your aid and they fly in on the map and attack the enemies on your behalf.
So you're telling me it works the same way as like Legend of Zelda? It's like a special ability kind of?
Sort of. So all of the bounce, the rider, and the bean beasts all have their own special ability that you control. And for the chicken, you basically pick a spot on the map, and they'll just swoop in and fight the enemies for you.
Okay. And so this is kind of like it's a tower defense game, and it also has like, it's got the pixel art for it, and it seems like almost you have some of these monsters that are, you know, not Pokemon, but they're kind of looking like that, where they're a little bit more creatively designed. And so I'm kind of curious, like, what got you to, what made you, like, inspired to make a game like this?
So when I first set out, the original concept for this game was just to merge my favorite mobile game genre of today with my favorite handheld genre of when I was a kid. So it was, I'm going to make a tower defense game with Pokemon. And I mean, that's just basically, that was the concept. I started making it about a year ago. It's my first game, and originally it was just, can I make a game? I'll give it a go. And it's a year into development now, and this is where I'm at, and just been having a blast learning Unity and making a game.
Are you a solo developer, or are you working within a team?
That's just me for this
wow.
one. I hired an artist to do my Steam capsule art, which is also the call to action you see on the end of the trailer. So she did this really cool cartoon for me, but yeah, everything else, the music, pixel art, code. I started learning to code. So I work as a sound engineer and also do a bit of video editing. But otherwise, I'd never touched Unity until about a year ago. And I just kind of jumped into it and really enjoyed it. It became my new game, making this game.
So you just fucked around and made a video game in a year?
Yeah, more or less. My ambition was just to release a game and get 10 positive reviews on Wishlist as a proof of concept that I could make a game, and then I could make something a bit bigger and more ambitious. But it's just kind of grown arms and legs, and I just really love it. And I've just put a lot of effort into the graphics and the sound and the music, and it's just really fun.
So, Josh, as a huge fan, I would say, of tower defense games, this game is pretty exciting to me. Just from what I can see from your trailer alone, it looks like not only have you kind of incorporated the Pokemon-esque skills or active abilities that you can essentially use to kind of fight off some of these hordes, but also I really like what you did with, it seems almost like you can push some of these enemies off to the environment, or it's environment-based. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the game has damage elements, status effects, wall pathing, environmental hazards, and physics. Basically, I just took all my favorite tower defense games and made a game that I would want to play that didn't quite exist by just cherry-picking my favorite elements of all of those games. So, for example, in Plants vs. Zombies, you unlock a new plant almost after every level, which is quite unusual for tower defense games, so I've got that. And I love Orcs Must Die. You can put down walls that kind of redirect enemies around the map, and you can get really creative with it. So I put that in this game. And then obviously like the sort of cute aesthetic with hero units. Games like Balloons and Kingdom Rush have that. So yeah, I just cherry picked all my favorite games and sort of merged them into one.
I mean, it looks awesome. When you think of who you've built this game for, your audience that you want to gravitate toward this game, who is that target?
People like me, I guess. People who have nostalgia for, like, a lot of the artwork comes from Mega Drive, Game Boy, SNES era games, in terms of reference, and the music as well. In particular, things like Sonic the Hedgehog. I just think of the Mega Drive, and I just always go back to that as my inspiration.
Middle-aged men nostalgic for the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really big audience. That really is. There's a lot of people there. And so you've made this game public. How's the reception to your game been so far?
Yeah, so far it's been a bit like screaming into an empty house, like sort of I'm sort of a nobody, and nobody pays attention to my social media posts, although I've been trying. And yeah, but it's just the indie struggle. Nobody, I think I've got about 300 wish lists at the moment, which has built up over a couple of months, so doing okay, I think, but not great. But yeah, going into it, to be honest, I just wasn't thinking about marketing and target audience. It literally was, I just want to make a game that I would enjoy and see if I can make a game. That was the proof of concept. So it's only now that I'm sort of thinking of that stuff, and I do think there are people that would enjoy this kind of game, which is why I'm pushing for it.
Well, I mean, we already we have this loaded up. Like, you're talking about people might enjoy the game. There's a chance that we're going to be able to play this now, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that my understanding is... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I asked them to load up the demo, and I think I think you can both play at the same time and have a little competition going.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Okay. Is this a keyboard and mouse game, or is it a controller game?
So it's actually... So you're playing with a mouse, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So I actually designed it with controller support from the beginning because I was hoping to port it to console and to be able to play it on the Switch.
Okay.
On the Steam Deck as well. But yeah, you can also play it with a mouse. So use the right button to drag the camera and move around. And the most important thing, it looks like you've already done it, is you have to pet the tortoise and pet the rider just for good luck.
Oh, you can do that?
Yep. You've got to do that. All right, you're blessed. You're blessed.
Okay, great.
So,
all right, so now what the hell do I do, now that he's happy?
So now, those arrows show where all the enemies are going to come from. This is the first boss. You're going to get swarmed. We can prepare you for that. So your inventory is on the right-hand side. You've got your bean beasts up top.
Okay.
Just move this so I can see it a bit better. Talk you through it.
And I can put these little guys down wherever I want.
Yeah, so the nodes, when you click on a tower, the nodes will appear and show you where you can place it, and you'll also get a preview of the range of that tower. So all those little yellow nodes, just pick one.
Okay, so I should put it like right here, right?
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Okay, all right. Oh, shit. Okay. So there, he's there, and now I can put two more of the blue guys, right?
Yeah, so with the bean beasts, they're kind of your hero units. You only get one of each. And with the traps, you can just place as many as you want. So there's two core tower types that you have to kind of manage and think about. And the beasts, they'll level up with experience over time. And the traps, you kind of use money like a conventional tower defense game. And then, so if you place that guy down, I'll just talk you through it.
So if we're thinking about Warcraft 3, in Warcraft 3, these are the hero units and the other ones are the random soldiers?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So the traps kind of support your bean beast. Your bean beasts, they're the heavy hitters. They've got the abilities. They'll level up over time. They start off quite weak. So when you click on them, as you've done, you can see at the top there it says XP boost.
Yeah.
So you use your beans. So
I
you
didn't
feed
even know
them
I was
beans.
supposed to.
That's fine. If you feed them beans, they'll level up. They'll gain experience. They'll level up. They'll get stronger. Once that bar fills up, it'll evolve into its next form and secondary attacks.
Got it. So logically, it would make the most sense if I leveled up 1 to level 2 and then I went to the other one, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to the player, really. As your team will kind of expand over time, and you'll have to consider whether you spread the beans out and have them all kind of mid-tier, or do you just invest all in one bean beast? They all have different attack elements that will affect different enemies in different ways, different abilities. So there's a lot of things to consider for the player.
Okay.
But yeah, so the traps... So that's a baluster. It can only fire in one direction, and the 4 arrows are just showing you the range of whichever direction you set.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So once you place it, it'll come up with a little UI, and you can click on the arrow to select the direction.
Man, I think I'm going to put it right here.
Good spot. So you need
Is it really? Or are you just telling me that?
Well, I've got to encourage you.
Okay, all right, yeah, for sure.
So you can see the little UI popped up, and now there's 4 directions. You have to click on which one you want. So if you want it to face down,
I have to make it aim.
Yeah. So click down.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, in the actual game, there's a little tutorial that will just kind of walk you through this.
Well, you're the tutorial.
Figured out the walls. I'm here to talk you through it, so you can just do the boss.
Good.
Just throw you into the action. It's more fun for everyone.
Yeah. So, all right, I got this. Okay.
So you can see you've got the walls there. You can use the walls to redirect the enemies, but if you block the enemies, they'll attack the walls. So ideally you want to just use it to redirect them. So you could plug that gap at the top, for example, and they'll all be forced to run all the way around to the mouth.
Like this one here?
That's the spot right there. There you go.
Oh, I get it. Okay, that makes sense.
So now you can focus the enemies into a certain spot and focus your attacks there if you want.
So then I should put one of these things right here that aims in this direction.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And what about what's this thing for 200? What do I do with this?
So that's a cannon, so that will knock enemies back. So you see the hole there, you could place it beneath the hole facing up and it will knock enemies into the hole.
Beneath the hole?
So
wait, you telling me like this?
Exactly.
No way, okay.
So yeah, it will knock enemies back and it will hit multiple enemies at the same time, whereas the ballista's faster firing but can only hit one enemy at a time.
Understood, okay. I can only make one cannon, or can I make multiple?
As many as you want. There's no limit.
Okay, good. I'm going to make 2.
You're just limited by the energy you have. So that's the currency you can see. In the
little blue electric thing, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I just want to talk about abilities quickly, just before we jump into the boss, because it's going to get hectic, because the boss battles are a little bit different to the rest of the game. They're sort of like a real-time situation. The waves will just keep coming, and it won't pause. So you kind of have to think in real time. So the abilities, when you press the button, a little bar is going to appear, and then you release at the correct time to do critical damage. So it's a bit like, have you played Gears of War?
Sure.
Active reload?
Oh, yeah.
Like that. So you click the button, bar appears, release, you get critical damage, you get a big satisfying sound that lets you know you did it right. And if you fail, you get a little sad sound that goes, and you do less damage. So, you get punished.
All right.
The only exception to that is the ability on the far left, the little lizard's ability. You aim that one first. So you click it, then you put the mouse where you want to fire because it's going to rain down arrows. Then you click, hold, release, and it'll make sense when you're playing it, but...
Okay.
I
hope. Okay. All right. That sounds fine. All right. So I feel like I've got everything. Sibs, Oboli, what do y'all think? Do you think I'm ready? Am I good to go?
Bro, you have so much energy left.
So you want me to just go overkill with building like a bunch of ballistas?
I'm not
saying... You want to spend your money, man. You want to spend it.
But...
All right. To be honest, I thought that you probably gave me a lot because you thought I was going to be garbage at the game. So you added extra ones of these, and I assumed that it wouldn't really be necessary. But now that we're talking about it, yeah, I guess I might as well add in some more of these too. Why not?
Yeah. And if you click on them, you can upgrade them, and they'll do more damage.
Really? Okay.
And if you get them to level 3, you'll then get an upgrade path option. And for the ballistas, for example, you can turn them into fire arrows, or you can turn them into magic eyes.
Okay.
Shoot arrows, they do magic damage and they pierce through enemies, so there's options for you.
All right.
Enough.
I think all that makes sense.
And once you hit play, if you both hit it at the same time, we'll just see who comes out on top.
Oh, sure. Count me down.
All right, and I should press play right now?
Yep, we can hit spacebar.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be honest. I just put a lot of floor traps on the ground. I don't know how that strategy is going to work out for me.
I didn't even know there were floor traps. Oh, I'm just killing everybody. This is easy. Look at this.
You got it. So you can use your abilities, yeah. So go for the turtle one, perhaps. He does a slam. It'll stun all the enemies in one go.
Oh, I hold and release. Okay. I'm going to do it right now.
That's it.
Damn. Okay. And then if I use the guy, the little salamander, aim, hold, and then release. Okay.
So, yep, then release, bam.
Ooh.
Now, in a boss battle, every wave, all your abilities recharge. So, during normal gameplay, you have to be clever about when you use them and save them up, because they recharge slowly over time. In a boss battle, you just get to go ham and just use them as much as you please, because
I see.
Players have a little power trip.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, those guys just got destroyed with the slam. That slam is so good.
Jeez.
Okay.
So the slime's using a tree as armor, so he's going to use that to sneak up on you, and if you don't...
Wait, what? Oh, and so the different colors are the different elements, is that right?
Different colors for what's... Oh, the damage numbers.
Yeah, the damage numbers, exactly.
So the damage numbers, it basically, if you do more, if you exploit a weakness of an enemy and you end up doing more damage, then the damage number will flash red. And if an enemy takes reduced damage because it is immune or has protection from that particular element, the damage number will be grey. So it just lets you know whether or not you're exploiting a weakness or if the enemy has a defense against it. So those bugs with the rocks, they resist impact damage. So pretty much any attack you use is going to be impact. So their rock is just like a little hard shield that you have to break through first.
Okay, I'm doing my best.
How's your money? Looks like you got surplus of beans.
Wait, oh my god. Wait, I just noticed I have all those points.
That's it, spend them, man. Spend them.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can I block them from fully reaching me?
So if you place a wall down, they'll sort of go into aggro mode and just attack walls. So it can be used as a strategy, but it might backfire on you depending on your setup.
Yeah, and this is the boss level too. So there's a boss coming out soon.
The boss is the slime, correct?
Yeah. The slime's the boss.
Oh!
Got to take him out.
But the slime does he keep getting his tree back? Is that what's going on here?
So there's 3 trees in his path, and when he gets the tree, he'll go in it and use it as a shield.
Oh, that jerk.
So you got to take out the shield. Mm-hmm. But I mean, little tip: if you get a bomber going, if you upgrade the cannon, and then use the bomber upgrade, which is the only one that's available at the moment. That guy, he'll fire a bomb. Does fire? Oh, that one. You've done it. You're gonna win.
Okay. I'm gonna win?
Oh no, sorry, I was looking at overly. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, you got a bomber down there.
I mean,
come on.
It's not looking good, man. I'm stressed.
Good. Makes for good watching. Overly's done it.
Oh, I killed it.
Oh.
It's great.
Okay.
Complete level without taking any damage.
Wow.
Must be nice. Wait, did I get that?
Ooh, did you?
No.
It said there should be a check mark, right, Josh?
I don't know. I see that there's 3 diamonds on my side and only 2 on yours. So, Josh,
that must be a bug. Yeah, something's
Developer perspective, who came out on top here?
So if you'd played it on hero mode, you would have got three gems for the difficulty. And then there's the 2 challenges. So every level's got 2 challenges. You get extra gems for doing the challenges. They're completely optional, but you then use the gems to unlock more stuff in the shop afterwards.
Okay, all right, so that makes sense. So there's a degree of continual progression as well. Yeah,
definitely. After every single level, you unlock something. So it'll be a new trap, an upgrade, or like one of the 2 upgrade paths for a trap, or you get an inventory slot or a power up or something. Just every level you unlock something was just core part of the game loop.
Okay.
Okay,
Sims, what do you think?
Right now, it looks cool.
Oh,
so sorry about that.
No worries. It looks awesome. I mean, it definitely inspires nostalgia, basically, for the demographic that Asmon had pointed out. I happen to squarely be there, even though I'm 29. But it looks amazing. Really does bring me back to the old school Pokemon days, and even the feels of like a Final Fantasy Tactics. It's pretty great.
Yeah, that's where Final Fantasy is kind of where the damage numbers came from. I just remember when you see the damage numbers go up and up and they pop up and it just does something to your brain. And I was like, well, I've got to put that in my game.
Absolutely.
As a visual representation of watching your power go up just through numbers.
I mean,
it's crazy how simple it is.
Fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
honestly,
go ahead. Sorry.
Honestly, I absolutely adore this as a tower defense game, as well as having some of those fun little actives with all of the different like sprites and creatures that you have in here. I personally also like the character and kind of boss design. I think it's really creative for the bosses being able to use whatever environment is kind of surrounding them, whether it's trees or rocks, and really forcing you to adapt to, whatever enemies are being thrown at you. I feel like that makes for really fun and engaging gameplay. So I was very excited to try this out.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you noticed that. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that Because I think a common trope that happens in tower defense games is you kind of just end up with a loadout that you prefer, and you just use that throughout the whole game because it just works on everything. And I was like, well, how can I break that up so that you can't just use one Bean Beast for the whole game? And that's why there's damage elements and things. So a Bean Beast that might be really good on one map might be terrible on another, and it kind of causes players to have to be a bit more creative. And I think that's what makes it fun, ultimately. There's a few other features in the game that I haven't touched on. I just maybe want to quickly mention.
Okay.
So the game, I created a retry last wave button in the game. So basically, you can take risks and experiment more, because if you fail, you go back to the last wave. You don't have to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
That enables me to make some longer levels. And then once you beat the game, I'm going to create a new mode called Beast Mode, which you basically have all the levels will be duplicated, but I'll adjust the levels so they'll have fewer opportunistic places to place your towers, more entrances for enemies, more waves. You only get one life, so it's just like a ultra hard, brutal end game difficulty that is the real game for me. And then, and there's also a mode, endless mode. It's going to be 8 maps for endless mode, and endless mode is literally there just for the competition and replayability. I've already had some playtesters. I mean, my playtester pool is quite small at the moment, but I've had some people. The demo only takes about an hour to finish, hour and a half.
Okay.
And I've got some players who've played it for like 2, 4, 5 hours. I think 20% of my playtesters have played it for more than 5 hours, where they just keep trying to one up each other's endless map score. So I think that's sort of a key feature that I just wanted to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's great. And so if people do want to try out the demo and try the game out, how do they do that?
Well, the best thing to do at the moment is wishlist, because the demo is not
Steam?
quite ready. Yeah, on Steam. So I'm still working on a sort of vertical slice, and then that's going to become the demo. It's not quite there. I imagine it'll be out in the next month or so. But if you wishlist the game, then you'll get a notification. Or if you join my Discord, that's where I sort of get my playtesters from. And later in the year, I'll need alpha testers. So yeah, if you want to get more involved, you can join the Discord. But yeah, wishlist is really the best thing people can do to support the game.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I mean, you're on the show. What do you want from us? What are you asking from us?
Oh yeah. So today, seeking investment for 2 things really. So the first thing is I would like to be able to port the game onto Twitch, and for that I need a Nintendo developer kit, which costs just under $500.
Okay.
And then I'd also like to translate the game, and for each language, I'm looking at approximately $500 per language. So there's no specific amount that I'd like to ask for, but just enough to translate the game into a language or 2 would be amazing. So yeah, it just enabled me to increase the scope of the game and the reach.
What languages are you looking to translate, and what's the logic for those language translations?
So for me, I just want the languages. So I can do Spanish, Italian, German, and a couple of other European languages just through people that I know personally. But there are a few other languages that I don't have that access to, and I'm probably going to have to pay a translator for. And I just would like to increase the reach of my game. So from the metrics on Steam, for example, I can see that about 40% of the people who view my page come from China, and then about 28%, I think it was, are from Japan. And then also because I want to translate the game, because I want to port the game onto the Switch, I think it'd be good to translate it into Japanese as well if I can. So yeah, just as many languages as possible to increase the reach of the game.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that is a very logical and smart way of going about it. And so, yeah, that is awesome, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. I definitely am. Especially, I mean, this is a very modest ask. I mean, it will be very strongly considered at the end of the show. And I want to say, Josh, thank you so much for coming on and presenting and let us play this game and giving us this little demo here. The game's great. And so, again, the game is Bean Beasts, and you can wishlist the game right now. And is there a way that they can play the demo right now? Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was completely understanding that earlier whenever you mentioned it.
So the demo is not publicly available just yet.
Okay.
It will be soon. But if you join my Discord,
right,
I'm always taking playtesters from there. I'm going to need playtesters to make sure the demo is bug-free and works before I release it to the public. So if you want to get more involved and help me with bug testing and give feedback for the game, then you can jump into Discord and I'm there. You can chat with me and do bug reports. And if I may, just before I go, just want to say a big special thank you to my cousin, Sam, who's watching right now, because the only reason I'm here on the show is because my cousin told me to submit the game. And yeah, just so
smart guy.
Thank you, Sam. And shout out to Zach and Chris as well, if you guys are watching too.
Well, hell yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, your cousin definitely had the right idea. I feel like a lot of people really like the game.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, and yeah, I heard you had some monsters that you wanted to show us too, as well.
Oh yeah, well, it was just a little bit of fun. You guys are interested. If you were to invest $500 today, then I will offer you, with your blessing, I can create a monster in your likeness in the game.
Oh my god!
It'll be perhaps a special monster. Maybe there'll be like a massive reward for the player and an achievement for finding them. I can name them after you. I can make them in your likeness, whatever you prefer. Just as a little bonus treat, if that's something that would interest you.
Okay, so Sibs is kind of like an orc almost, like a bug or something. I'm a bumblebee, and Avali is is that a troll? I think, I don't know, like a dark troll with like the red eyes.
Live under bridges from time to time. So
yeah,
that's a fair assumption.
Who hasn't?
So Avali's actually. So I'll put your face on a rhino. The rhino is kind of like an enemy that targets walls and destroys them with its axe. So big pain. Those enemies, so you get to be like a brutal nemesis to the player. Bumblebee also does the same thing, just flies in, smashes up your walls, so you guys get to be like a nuisance to the players. And then Sibs, your enemy, that's a gargoyle. They're basically, you can only damage them with magic.
Oh, nice. And seriously, it's just like me in IRL. Gargoyle damages things with magic. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I'm a little annoying bumblebee. I feel like there's a lot of people on Twitter who feel the exact same way. So yeah, I think they're perfect, man. And yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you coming on. And honestly, I'm excited to see where the game goes. So thank you so much, Josh. And again, the game is Bean Beasts. You can wishlist it right now on Steam.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's such a nice little game, it's a very cozy, I feel like there's a lot of guys, maybe this is just me, but I feel like there are so many guys that are like around my age that are making games that are nostalgia games from like the 90s, and it's so funny because I'm the target audience. There it is, right? It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big push, and I love, from shows like this, but also, looking at the submissions we get from Mad Mushroom, when I see something and then find out that it's a single solo developer that has created this, it's mind-boggling to me, just the amount of talent that is out in the indie game community. Really love seeing stuff like this.
Yeah, honestly, just speaking to some of the different devs that I've been interviewing for the expo itself, I've seen a lot of like retro style, whether it's like a Fire Emblem type of thing, or, we're looking at like OG Wolfenstein type of FPS games. There's such this desire for taking us back a couple console generations and just reliving a lot of those fun games and fun moments that we had.
Oh, I agree. I think that's exactly what a lot of them are trying to do. And also, like, some of them are so clean and so well designed, too. That's what's really impressive to me about it, is that it doesn't usually feel like it's, oh, yeah, we're making it like this because it's easier. It usually feels like it's a design choice that really kind of makes the game a better experience. And I think especially with a game like that, that's got, a lot of, like, nostalgia for things like Pokemon, I think a lot of people would be interested in it for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we obviously have 4 more games, gentlemen. We only went over one of them. And so the next game that we're going to be looking at is going to be I can't believe I'm saying this, a space Western universe, and it is a top-down action RPG. And we've got Dimitri Bailey coming on to talk about his new game, Drake. So, oh man. Right. Okay. Welcome to the show, Dimitri. How you doing, man?
Hey everyone. Sorry, you caught me just in the middle of my journey. My name is Dmitry, and thanks for the opportunity to be here. So let me introduce Drake, not the rapper, but our narrative-driven action RPG about space cowboys and outlaws. So, but before we dive deeper, I want to make a short shout out to my team. If you want me, without those brave people, the game wouldn't be possible. And these are my friends who have supported me in the past and continue to do so now. So everyone has the previous experience with game development, and we are now combining our knowledge together. Initially, like 6 years ago, it was just two of us, me and my friend. We decided to make our own game. I'm a huge fan of CRPGs like original Fallout, like Arcanum or Baldur's Gate, of course. And Arseny is my friend. He's an action person. He loves fast-paced games like Hotline Miami and Helldivers. Sure. So that kind of stuff, and we wanted to blend those two concepts together to make our game feel more like top-down Mass Effect, with great replayability and meaningful story choices. So let's jump right into the trailer.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. So let's proceed. I want to talk more about the story and the world itself.
So this game has a whole story involved within and everything. Is that right? It seems like kind of a post-apocalyptic type vibe.
It's more like a distant frontier, and you're the colonists who try to live there.
Okay.
So it's a distant world, a planet named after an astronomer, Frank Drake. So we are like 400 years into the future, and people just started to expand the closest stars. And Drake is a world with enormous deposits of a mineral called amber. So this mineral is very valuable because it is used for life extension therapy, which is essential for interstellar travel. So Drake is full of prospectors seeking fortune, huge corporations, and political forces fighting for these deposits. And your protagonist is one of the prospectors. But one day you find something much more valuable than amber. It is an artifact that can lead to eternal life. So this puts you between a rock and a hard place. With each faction on the planet is racing to obtain this artifact, and you're in the way. So we were deeply inspired by Firefly, the Expanse series, and Cowboy Bebop, of course. So Drake is a space western world consisting of small stories tied together with this narrative about the cost of progress and the power it holds over life itself. And because game is narrative driven, story influences the gameplay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and these tie all together. So let's move on to the gameplay, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yes, gentlemen, we are going to be trying out the game and playing it ourselves. No, not yet. I didn't know that you had a slide for the gameplay.
I have slides,
Okay.
I have video, I have everything.
Holy shit. Okay, you are prepared. And by the way, can I just ask right now, how many people do you have in your team that are working on this game?
It's like 8 people that working constantly, and some people that helping us when the help is needed.
Mm-hmm.
So we rather small team, but we are all friends. I have a lot of experience in visual effects production.
Okay.
And I was like...
As evidenced by the background? Clearly.
I was a motion design freelancer for 12 years, and all these 3 members are my friends from previous work.
Awesome.
Before you jump into gameplay, I'd love to ask a question about narrative really fast, because as you had kind of described inspirations pulling from games like Fallout, Baldur's Gate, or the likes, with a game such as this, with kind of like that narrative, how long do you expect that to last within gameplay? Because I know for an indie developer, aiming for like 100-hour plus long storyline like Baldur's Gate 3 or other narrative games may be a bit of a stretch.
Yes. We're mean to a rather small playthrough, but with wide replayability. Like 15 hours to complete a game, but you have different choices and different endings and different ways to see this story. Something like that.
That's great for replayability.
Absolutely.
Yep. So narrative and exploration mechanics we developed first, like branch dialogues, quests, notes, puzzles, hacking, cutscenes, and so on. The combat system is currently in progress. We want to make it interesting and enjoyable with various types of enemies, different kinds of weapons, and tactics you can use in fights. Also, the character creator is just around the corner, and we've prepared a really cool design for the roleplay system. Here's the video, and it's already further away. But the meaning of this roleplay system that we prepared a level that you can roleplay actually. So you have a different path to complete it, and you can like like a sharpshooter. You can shoot everything, shoot your enemies, and break into this station, or like an engineer, hack into the station. And avoid fighting with bugs, making these puzzle-solving sections. So and depending on how you play this level, you will award it by certain traits that will enhance you further. This exact playstyle you choose, it will be enhanced by traits.
So actually, I wanted to ask about that. So the trait progression system, can you elaborate on how it works? And how does it impact replayability?
Yeah, it is deeply connected with the story itself. So making major choices in a story, you will be granted with award with these traits. Like at the end of previous video, there was a situation when this girl Solo, she just betrays you, and you can choose like to shoot her, to spare her, or like give up. And this will lead to the major change in the story, and you will gain a trait with this choice. And depending on how you choose to play this level, if you like kill every bug, you get a trait because you shoot well, and you will shoot even better, and this kind of stuff. So you build up gradually over the progress through game. Yeah.
Cool.
How many of the NPCs in the story can you just shoot?
Everybody.
Whoa! All right.
I want to make it to be everybody, but we have these hubs, like these cities
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly. Will you be able to shoot everyone in this city or not?
Okay.
Probably with the progress of this story, there will be segments when you can't shoot everyone, actually. But yeah. I from the old games, I love to just put my intelligence to 0 and try if the dialogues will change.
Yeah.
Like in all Fallout, yeah. And I love that thing, and I want to implement the choices when you will pass the game without single shot, and the ways like when you just talking with NPCs, avoiding fights. Sure. Yeah, and when you like doesn't tell a word, just shoot on everything and like fast forward through the story.
So then I guess, do you have your, as you mentioned, different endings or different story outputs essentially, do you have it kind of aligned either per profession or per, I guess, trait tree, or is there like your universal good ending, universal bad ending, neutral ending, wacky, there's a dog in the control room supplies ending? So
I think, I don't know, I have a slide just at the end of my presentation. Yeah, this crazy stuff. So it is a technical slide that my developer sent me to impress everyone.
It's impressive.
I don't know half of the things happening here, but I really know what happens on the right corner where this large tree. So this is the situation you meet in the game, and the lines, it is your choices. So
it's a narrative decision tree.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So you go through this story and you come to this end. So it is dependent on what you choose, actually.
So this is interesting, because if you look at the bottom, how many different endings are there? It seems like there's like at least 10 out of that.
It's like 10 big endings, and of course it's also dependent on what you've done before.
Okay.
So it's I think it will be 5 different locations even where you can end the game. So yeah, something like that.
Awesome.
A question I'll probably ask everybody that shows up on the show today, but who is your target audience for Drake?
I think it's players who love these kind of story-driven games, like Baldur's Gate 3, of course, when it was Blast when it came out. Rogue Trader, yeah. It's people who love sci-fi, and especially this space western stuff. So it is a lot of fantasy RPGs out there, but not so much these sci-fi RPGs. So I want to actually I'm how it is called, physician by myself, so by education, and I like sci-fi a lot. These distant stars, and it drives me crazy. And I love to see more games about it.
So then I'm going to just throw this question in really quick, because again, as you've mentioned, some of the narrative tying in with Baldur's Gate 3 or Fallout, honestly, I think sometimes Mass Effect, for a lot of those different narrative games, some of the biggest pulls for them was the romanceability of other characters. Is that anything that you're thinking of plugging into this game? You could unlock a huge community and audience there.
I want to.
It's a great question.
That's what you're looking for investment here today? Romanceability?
Yeah, what's the stretch goal
You'll
for that?
You'll see.
Okay, all right, awesome.
We can jump, I can talk more about, let me just, some words about the production. Okay. We've been in production for quite a while, and we've pivoted a lot, experimenting with the visual style and gameplay, and eventually we got to the point where we could show something cool. So our idea was if we start showing our progress early, very early, the players will help us find the right path and make our ideas even better. So in 22, we released our first public demo and delivered a couple of updates. And the reception was really cool, and the feedback was very useful for us, making game better and better with each iteration. And now we prepare a new update that is almost around the corner. So my word to the audience, if you want to help us build this sci-fi RPG, please wishlist the game. So play demo, give us your feedback, and join our Discord to stay in touch. We're really trying to be super open to the community, and being here is a great opportunity to show ourselves. Yeah. But also we came for some money, right?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, so what do you want?
Yeah. Our most requested feature is a character creator.
Okay.
It will be template-based, allowing you to choose between different predefined body types, head meshes, hairstyles, and colors. So for 750, any of you can put your appearance into the character creator.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you decide to support us even more, and we exceeded $3,000, we will put all three of you in a special location called the Founders Mountain to set your support in stone.
Okay,
and
all right. Yeah, we have one of these.
We also have a special bid for the audience. So if we exceeded 5,000, our next demo update will come with a Twitch integration. This means you'll be able to vote for major choices in a game for your streamer and bring some chaos into the playthrough, because gameplay is tied to this story, to these choices, and it will be fun to let audience to decide how you progress. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for your attention.
Absolutely, yeah. Are we going to be able to play this game, by the way? Like, I'm not sure exactly what the idea was.
We have a demo. I don't know if you have it.
I know I do. I'm not sure. Is there a way I can get directly into the combat for this? I'm not sure if production has this set up.
Yeah, you can skip it. You can skip all dialogues and cutscenes and straightforward to the combat. But yeah, I want to tell you that combat is pretty rough right now.
Okay.
So we're working on it, but you can try.
Okay, I'm just trying to get an idea. Like, so you can actually play and try the demo out right now if you just go on Steam. Is that it?
This exact demo is available on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah, you come closer to this point of interest.
So what happens? Because he's killing me.
Away.
Okay.
You will die. Yeah, if you press right mouse button, you will take your weapon and will be able to aim.
Okay, yeah, my
and
DPI.
with left.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Okay. This makes a lot more sense. Like, I hate to say this because it just sounds super stupid, but I'm literally playing like this with the mouse in one hand.
You're able to play with games. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was like a demo or anything, but yeah, I just wanted to give the viewers and everything an idea of like just kind of what to look for, what to expect, and now I'll actually use keyboard and mouse, and yeah, this makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, you broke something.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So you can shoot these guys, and like basically, obviously, I can't go through everything because this is just the beginning of the demo. I just wanted to give people just a quick little idea of what to expect with the game, and you can try this out. How long is the demo?
It's like 15 to 30 minutes, depending on what. We have three predefined classes right now, instead of this whole trait system, just to show the idea. So the class you choose, it is a sharpshooter. So he's limited with dialogues. The guy, that engineer, he has additional dialogue options, and he's about like to solve puzzles. And the guy negotiator, he has the most Like he can talk everyone to death, something like that. So you can play through like 3 of them and see how different classes like influence the gameplay and influence your passing level. And you have different options how you can access this station, and different consequences when you choose like to spare or to shoot her and that kind of stuff. And what you do on the station itself. I won't spoil it much.
Okay.
You will try and see.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very interesting. I feel like any game like that. I recently went and I played Undertale, and one of the really cool things about it to me was like hearing that if you did different things, the entire game would be different and it would have different endings, etc. Because, you know, I'm basically usually like a live service multiplayer online game Andy. So I don't really play a lot of other story games like that. So being able to see something and try it out for myself was really kind of interesting. So it's interesting to see you guys doing the same thing. And especially, I feel like, you know, with this game, I mean, you guys are in a really great position because a game like this is reminiscent of Baldur's Gate 3. Helldivers 2 just came out that has a lot of the same vibes as this game. I mean, this is some really good timing for a design like this.
Thank you.
Well, absolutely. And yeah, again, guys, if you want to wishlist the game and try the demo yourself right now, it is Drake on Steam. There's a QR code, or you can just look it up right there. And Dimitri, Sibs, Avli, you guys have any other questions?
Nothing for me, but awesome stuff. I'm not usually a fan of top-down overall for games, but I had a lot of fun with Drake this past weekend.
Yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to learning more about the game and seeing more come out of your team for development.
Yeah, thank you. Events like these are a huge opportunity for indies, and you're really doing the right thing. I hope you enjoyed Drake, which leads on Steam, play the demo, and see ya, Space Cowboys.
Well, hell yeah, man. And yeah, thanks a lot for coming on the show, and good luck with finishing the game. Well, yeah, I think that went pretty well. I mean, that is so, like, how the fuck do you get so lucky to where you end up making a game like this and then Baldur's Gate 3 and Helldivers 2 comes out at the same time? I feel like that is so insanely lucky. Where it's like 2 of the biggest and most popular games come out are like half of one of your games and the other half of it.
So that's actually something that I'm curious about, and I'm kind of interested in Sib's opinion on this, because at the moment, listen, Dune just came out, alien space planets with bugs and sand, that's the hot
You saw the
thing.
sandworm?
Yeah, sandworm. You have Helldivers, where it's all about squashing bugs and robots, as well as Baldur's Gate 3 coming out with the huge narrative. So depending on when this game is able to be released, do you think it's important for them to try to push out the game so that it could be kind of with a topical and trend as soon as possible? Or do you think that it's more important to give them a little bit more time, but then also potentially risk it not being like the hot topic of the moment?
Right, so that's a hard one from a publishing perspective, right? Because like most publishers will go, nope, you need to hit a certain window now because that's when your game is going to see the biggest impact.
Absolutely.
And they wouldn't entirely be wrong, but there is also the idea of a game is ready when it's ready, right? And that is something that does matter. We all know that matters. We can point to some very recent examples of games that, you know, needed to just push out at a certain moment, and it was not what any of us expected, right? That is just not the best foot forward. It's really trying to find that mix, and if you really have to sacrifice one for the other, make a great game.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I think a really good way to look at it is like, Sibs, I totally agree with you, is like there wasn't really a big vibe for what Helldivers 2 was until Helldivers 2 came out, and then there was. Nobody thought that a game like, and maybe not nobody, right? But like the idea of a turn-based game like Baldur's Gate 3 just completely sweeping the entire, like every award and everything, I don't think you could have told people that was going to happen. And then if a game is so good, I don't even think it matters if it's topical. It's like if Elden Ring comes out 5 years from now, it would still be crazy. If Dark Souls came out right now, it would still be crazy. But I do think that there is, you know, there's like a multiplier effect. Is like if they did release it, obviously you're right, that would go insane if the game was actually feature complete and ready by that time.
Always just something to consider, but also something that's really cool for a lot of our indie developers to be able to work on their own timelines if they are just truly working solo. So more power to them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Be the one who drives the chaos. Don't be the one following.
Yeah, set the standard. Be the trend. Don't follow it. Exactly. And we are going to be moving on to our other games as well. But before we do that, we do have a quick little video from Ally. They are our sponsor, and they're one of the reasons why we're able to do this show and put out this prize money. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
Hi, this is Beth Woodruff from Ally. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Pixel Pitch. Ally is a leading digital financial services company, so it makes us incredibly excited when we see people grow their wealth as they pursue their passions. That's why it's so fun to be part of this program where we're seeing these gaming developers really shoot their shot and hopefully make some cash as part of it. We want to celebrate all these indie developers and gaming studios. We're really pushing the envelope and doing amazing things. We see you, we celebrate you, and we're so proud to be your ally.
I swear to God, I am pretty sure that first soccer player that was jumping looked just like XQC. I don't know what it was, if that was intentional or just an accident. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I immediately thought that for a second. But yes, Ally Bank, and they are sponsoring the show. Make sure to take a look at them if you're interested in anything that they're having available. And they're trying to obviously make this for creators as well in the new 2024 when everybody is a YouTuber. And yeah, that's just how it is. And anyway, we will move on to the third game. And the third game is a futuristic RTS game, and this is kind of crazy because we don't see a lot of these anymore. RTS games, there's only been a handful recently. RTS game where you can play using any programming language or just use a computer mouse. And to let's see here to talk about it. Yeah, we have somebody here from the team, and they're going to give us an idea on show. Wait, okay, your name is actually Showrunner?
Yes.
I read that. I didn't know if the... Okay, yes, of course your name is Showrunner. Yeah, I believe you. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me here. Side note, I was not supposed to present this presentation, but my team got stuck in plane, and Marcus and Jimmy, they got stuck. So I'm the nerd of the team, and I have to present the game. So apologies in advance. Even if my name is Showrunner, I'm gonna be running this show as a nerd.
So you just wear this all the time, then, right? This is just
yes,
not a big deal.
I'm
okay.
like this cyber ops operative who is
naturally
hacking. Yes.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're a team of 3 guys, me, Showrunner, then we have Marcus Howard, who is our business developer guy, and then we have Jimmy, who is our intern for marketing, and he has prepared a presentation video for us. And
we'll make to see it.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey everyone, let's play single player first. I'm Jimmy, by the way. Let's get started. This is PC. You start it. You have your modem. Then you press Windows. We're playing with CryptKitty. Let's connect to internet. And we're connected to internet. Let's browse internet so that we can occupy these tiles with websites. But now we need some units. So let's generate our first block that can generate different units. And here we have like 2 different ones that our CryptKitty can make at the start of the game. And here we have one, and as we perform actions, enemies start to appear. Here we have already some virus cookies, so I have to be careful what to do. I can decide, will I make some more units, or will I get a job? I will get a job. And the match started, and we can use mouse to zoom in. Then we can also slow the speed down. It's an RTS game with turn-based elements when you perform different user interface actions. Let's take some level ups. Oh, we got some goodies. Here we have this room. Let's buy this one. We have taxes. I have to pay taxes. Yeah, we didn't have any info. Okay, they're gonna be spawning here. What guns do we have here? Pistol, shotgun, RPG. Ooh.
You know what this reminded me a lot of? It reminded me a lot of a commercial for Norton antivirus. It did. Or McAfee antivirus. Yeah, don't let this happen to your computer. Get it right now. Yeah, I loved it, man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, not the worst partnership opportunity for the game.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was presentation that Jimmy made. I'm a little bit speechless, but let's move on. I have slides, but we also can play demo.
Okay, great.
Yes, and the premise is really turn-based strategy game. Any user interface action that you perform triggers real-time response from the enemy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is, so let me get an idea of like what this is. Like, I'm trying to think like what's the best way for me to, I guess, yeah, Avali can play through it and, you know, we can just kind of like look at how everything works. And so this is like, you're hacking into the internet and then you are, but it's an RTS of you hacking into more and more of the internet and then the internet fighting back against you, like with what I would assume to be like different firewalls and stuff like that.
Yeah, viruses, different hackers.
Right.
You know, it's really about, computer users, chat. Anyone who's using computer can be in one way or another be, villain or like hero of the game. Because, for example, in the presentation you saw that, Jimmy said that I have to pay taxes. Well, no, I don't have taxes. And there's like different, options for you because it's turn-based game. You have to decide, will you pay taxes or not, or will you buy healing items? And these actions kind of dictate your roguelike run,
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay. And so what is the ultimate goal? Like, how do you win this game?
Yeah, to win this game, you really have to defeat the evil AI. The game kind of explores real-time topics of, because AI is currently kind of hot topic. And what will happen if one day governments will use AI for governance? So in this game, there's this one corporation that is using AI as governance, but they have backdoor. And few powerful entities can control, this AI. So it becomes this kind of like hunt to destroy this AI and this corporation, and you're this vigilante.
Okay. And what made you want to make a game like this? Like, what was the inspiration for something like this?
I think Mr. Robot show, if anybody watched that, I think this was kind of like inspiration for me. Initially, the game was a little bit different, but then I kind of, it morphed into RTS game. Yeah.
So how much of the... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, go on. Sorry.
No worries. So I love that you're able to use programming language within the game to actually play the game. How does that differ from the traditional controls for a player?
Yeah, so as we go forward with this presentation, there's going to be a multiplayer video because the game has a multiplayer. We have esports element for the game where, people who have cursors, controllers, can compete against other people who may be like program. And programming then happens using, any programming language that you might know.
Wow.
For example, I'm sure Asmongold doesn't know how to program, so you would probably use computer mouse. But if somebody in the chat, for example, knows JavaScript or C++, they can program. And here we see like this basic arcade for multiplayer.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, and we're using the same combat engine from the single player and, using it in multiplayer. the premise here is to seek and destroy. You have to destroy the enemy, which is another player. And because, you know, you're competing maybe against mouse player or programmer, you will never know really who is against you. So there's like no rules. You can write any programming language you want.
Do you have stats? Because I know that your demo is available on Steam. Do you have stats on how many of your players are utilizing programming language?
Yes. So a few players are using it for single player, but the programming language especially is designed for multiplayer, and the multiplayer matchmaking system is not quite ready. We're kind of testing the combat system and creating this backend to make it all work together, as you see in the video here, where we have this multiplayer portal with different tournaments. And then, you know, loadouts that you can create for your own team. The single player experience, you will unlock different units in single player, right? And then you can use the single player units in multiplayer and, you know, try to come up with OP build. And if it's OP, then good for you. Yeah. No plans to balance.
All right, that's really interesting.
Here's some programming.
So is the programming, does that kind of like create use cases and like functions that the NPCs will follow inside of combat? Is that how it works?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So there's like two use cases. For example, programming. You program everything. Unit formations. Then, for example, if you're a student, you can learn programming through Aya because we're working with few schools so that they include this game in their education program. You know, the idea here is really to create SmackDown or Raw, but for programmers, because I'm not sure there's like anything like that. People nowadays watch Teletubbies on YouTube. Why don't they watch SmackDown or, you know, programmers compete against each other?
I'm trying to think like, there's not really a lot of instances of that happening. I feel like that's kind of interesting concept that like, whenever I step back and think about it, there's not really a lot of like chances of something like this going down. So this is interesting. I like that a lot. And is there like micro managing that you're able to do inside of combat for the different units and moving them around?
Yeah, you can select units, and we're currently like have, you know, group selection options. So you can like select different units and position them in tactical way. But then again, you know, as programmers become more experienced in writing their AIs, I believe like, you know, using micro and mouse will be very difficult to compete against, you know, computer.
Well, I would assume so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so how far along are you in development for the game?
Well, we've been developing the game for over 2 years, and I would say like in maybe next 5 months or 4 months, we will get the matchmaking finally done to get the multiplayer like working, like, you know, all stuff bolted in. Because it's very technical challenge to combine mouse cursor players, controller players, and then programmers all, you know, together competing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been pretty quiet as I've just been kind of like playing through the game myself and trying to get an understanding. I'll be completely honest with you. When it comes to games like this, I feel like someone like me is going to go, I don't know how to program. I failed my programming class in high school, and it feels like the barrier of entry is a little bit daunting at first. But kind of once I've gotten my hands on it and I'm exploring a little bit more and I'm understanding kind of like the combat as well as some of the micro and the macro, I'm starting to get a little bit more into it. So I guess, do you have anything in mind for making it easier for maybe people who aren't as familiar with this specific type of like RTS gameplay, or something where, you know, maybe not as heavy into the programming? Do you have anything in terms of like helping ease them into your game?
Yes, this is actually like maybe I would say one of the challenges is because we're not trying to copy or follow the trends. We're trying to create something new, right? So there's a lot of experimentation and trying to find where the barrier for entry is like the lowest, you know. And of course, as the game will grow, you know, I'm sure, you know, there will be some YouTubers creating, you know, instructional videos how to game can be played and so on.
To parlay off that a bit, target audience information. Who was this built for? Who's the audience you're going after?
Oh, this is like very good question, and it's gonna be probably a little bit longer answer. But initially, this game was designed for gamers, like on Steam, RTS game. But then, when Markus joined the project, it gained a lot of momentum in educational studies, and then after that, well. It got, because, this is like VR, virtual reality, and we have these robots in real world. What would happen, if, these games that we currently have on Steam could be used to train these models, so there's like a little bit of military crossover there as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it kind of escalated for indie developer, but it is what it is. If we're not gonna do it, then somebody else will do it, and it's game over for the world. So we want to be the good guys, and
I love it. I love it. No, that's great. And so yeah, I think one thing that's really interesting to me about this is the fact that like, I don't really know any other game that's like this. I would have to really think about this in like an abstract way, but I feel like this is such a unique and interesting idea, and especially whenever you combine in, and oh, you know what? Here's a question. I just thought of this. If you have the units do something, does that translate into programming language in the backend for the game? So like, can, for example, a player have units into, like, can they give them pre-assigned like kind of actions that then translates into programming language, even if they're doing it with keyboard and mouse?
Yeah, yes,
really?
yes. There's like no rules. What is the input method? For example, you could, have someone from the chat write you software that, like would play on your behalf, and then you would just issue commands. There's really no rules because it's really about, simulation is happening on the backend, on the server. And for example, you could have like USB stick with the AI, and then you go on some esports arena and you're like, hey, I'm Asmongold, I want to compete against the best RTS player in Internet War. Then you plug in this USB stick and then you're dancing on the scene, and like your AI is beating everyone.
Okay, I like the sound of that. That sounds great.
And the little segue to that is that we also have like tournament system, because it's like part of the experience.
Okay.
That how esports are not really approachable for the ordinary people in terms of monetary rewards.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
It's like 1% of the best people. Here we have like this opportunity for different schools, sponsors, fund the tournaments where anyone can compete in these tournaments. It's like this, back-end system, like multiplayer part, where, for example, you played the game for 1 week and then you can try your luck and compete in paid tournament and win like $50.
Okay.
Maybe you're gonna be a better guy, and then maybe this will be your job. You're gonna be competitive algorithmic esports programmer.
Thing that may be beneficial is there's now quite a few esports programs that have partnered with a variety of different colleges. Riot has their own, Blizzard has their own. I know that Genji, esports organization, also has their own. So something that could be really cool, if this is something that you're interested in implementing, would probably be like a partnership with one of these collegiate grassroots orgs, because I feel like they definitely be able to either give you greater prize funding or even just be able to expose your game to all of the different computer programming courses that are either in high schools or colleges and the like.
Yeah, that's true. But games like League of Legends and StarCraft, they don't really translate well to the job industry.
No, not really.
Of course, not exactly that. But more of maybe
the job situation currently is kind of like it's not good. So I think getting valuable skills through gameplay could be actually quite valuable.
Oh, for sure. I mean, programming. When I was in school, programming wasn't a thing, right? And now, from what I understand, middle school, high school programming is very much a part of the curriculum. Being able to leverage that within an environment like IAH really feels like that could be a huge win for school programs, but also for a game like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of it having like an educational component and everything, built into it. I think that's quite interesting. And obviously, you're on the show. What do you want from us?
Yeah, sure. So let's put the next slide. And our ask is like, from the judges, is that we would like to ask for 3 to 5K so that we can fund some of the school tournaments. Maybe it's going to be some university or, lower degree school for younger people to learn programming. And then, of course, from the chat, we ask so that, they wishlist the game. And if they want, they can also vote for us so that we can create public tournaments for the chat.
Yeah, for sure. And where can somebody try out this game and play it themselves?
On Steam. We're actually not really using social media. We have Discord, but on Steam, IAC Internet War, we don't really want to feed algorithms any further on social media. So we're like this undercover, hidden, and we're just slowly going to grow.
Okay, so but it is on Steam though. To be fair, it is on Steam,
we're
and you can
wishlist.
Yes, you can take a look at it right there. And yes, IAH Internet War. What made you come up with that name?
It's really maybe like about the memes, because we have so versatile internet.
Yeah.
If we switch to the. Because there's a lot of opportunities, to develop, scenery in internet. So you can pull different images from different social medias to create these versatile environments. So this was really like that.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, great. I mean, I think this is really interesting, and the whole component with having student tournaments and everything is really unique and interesting. I like it a lot. So I want to say
thank you.
Showrunner, oh my God. Okay, yes, Showrunner, thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing your game. IIH Internet War. You can take a look at it and wishlist it on Steam. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing your game.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the opportunity. See ya, guys.
Absolutely. That's such a cool idea. I'm really kind of surprised because a lot of games, it's I can see this game came from that, this game came from that. This one is what the hell? Yeah, what is this?
It's unique. It's really unique. Taking programming and RTS and combining them into one unified experience.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that in a million years, and it makes complete sense.
It does. I tinkered around with it for a little bit as you guys were talking, and like I said, the barrier to entry feels a little bit high at the beginning, but if they can find a way to just maybe super dumb it down for people who have no idea what they're jumping into, I feel like it could be an enjoyable experience for a lot of different people.
For sure.
Yeah, especially if you give a way for people to kind of get eased into the programming of it, and I think that's really because I feel what this is something that I think a lot of RTSs kind of need in a way, is that this is why I think RTS kind of fell off a lot, is that there's so much individual micromanagement that needs to happen inside of each match that unless you're at 140 actions per second or actions per minute, you're just going to get outperformed and outcompeted by somebody who is. So being able to have, I know Stormgate that's being made by Frost Giant, they're doing the same thing where they're trying to create these use cases that are effectively programming loops that happen, right, that the units are assigned to. So just being able to take out the middleman, and yes, you actually do just literally program it. That's very interesting.
For sure.
I agree.
And gentlemen, we do have 2 more games, and I'm kind of curious to see what this next one's going to be. We've gotten it, kind of all set up and everything like that. And I do want to say too, guys, we are going to be doing all of the investments and everything at the end of the show. This is a response to feedback that we've received, and hopefully it's going to be a little bit better. This show is a work in progress just as much as a lot of these games that we're looking at are. So keep that in mind, and any feedback that people have, we will absolutely be taking into consideration. So the fourth game that we're going to be taking a look at today is Loya, and you're going to explore, survive, and build walking bases with, I'm reading this right now, I can't believe I am, with cannons to fight giant monsters in this unique multiplayer open world game. Okay, well, I've got some questions, and today we have Joyan here to give us the answers. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing great. A little stressed, if I was fully honest, because
yeah, I bet
that's a unique opportunity. But yeah, I'm super excited to show you my game. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm Joyan. I'm 33. I live in Paris, right? And I work as a senior software developer at a tech company right now. So I've been working on my game for the last 6 years, mostly during my free time. And today I'd like to show you Loya. So Loya is a multiplayer open-world survival crafting game where you can build giant walking structures to explore the world and fight monsters. So yeah, let's look at the trailer, right?
Yeah, I want to see it. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's got like, you know, this like weird, like high-tech version of like the old, I think it's like Baba Yaga that has the moving house that moves around. And so it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then there's a giant fucking dune sandworm, and there's a golem boss that has like a whole health bar and everything. That's crazy. So what's the scope of this game?
So basically, I've put a bunch of mechanics in this game that I enjoy, right? And like, I'm a big fan of Valheim, like definitely. I don't know if you see the relation here, but
oh yeah,
I was like, yeah, we probably need something more, right? So what if we mix like a bit of Zelda and a little bit of all the moving castle, because I'm a fan of Ghibli movies, right? That's how I got the ideas. And even a bit of World of Warcraft, right? Because there's dungeons as well. So yeah, there's a bunch of mechanics. We can talk about, I don't know, maybe we could talk about the walking bases. That's how I was planning on doing this. So yeah, basically in Loya, you can build on the ground or on a platform that has legs, right? So those platforms can be controlled manually, or you can set a destination point, as you saw in the trailer when I'm running with my base.
Yeah.
You can burrow your base to regenerate energy. So there's a whole energy system. You cannot just move around for free. So when you walk, when you place turrets as well to defend yourself, or when you fly around, because as you see here, the base can fly. And yeah, you also have a supply limit for base size, because otherwise you'd be able to build all sorts of weird things. So yeah, there's also a tilting mechanic. Like if you build too much thing on one side, it's going to tilt. As you can see here, it's not fully straight. And yeah, you also have a core that you use to upgrade your base, and that's how you unlock buildings. A bit like in Valheim, I think you have the workbench that does this.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can also raise your character's max level when you upgrade your base. And also it's going to increase the max supply, which was limiting the base size. So yeah, that's a working base mechanic.
Is the world procedurally generated, or is it curated and crafted by yourself?
Yeah, so I'm not talking about it because I think players don't really care, but actually it is procedurally generated, right? And it's a mix of both, because for example the big tower that you see behind, which is also a dungeon, I've placed manually, but most of the world, because it's a gigantic world, so I have to do it procedurally, especially placing like trees or grass or everything like that, or even spawning monsters, is biome. So it's based on biomes, basically.
Right.
And so it's a mix, right? It's a bunch of hand-placed elements and procedural.
How big is the development team?
It's just me. I'm a solo dev, so I've been working on this for like 6 years, right? And it's mostly thanks to the procedural tools I can do this myself. But yeah, that's a bunch of things to do, right?
Super impressive. It looks amazing having a base mechanic where it moves with you throughout what feels like a very expansive world. That's really impressive for a solo dev.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So yeah, it's awesome speaking with you again. For Asmon.
Oh yeah, we've seen each other.
Actually spoke because he also applied to the OTK Games Expo, because look at this game, it's absolutely incredible.
I can see that. Yeah.
And just from the conversation that we were having, Joyan, I think it's funny and then also great, because I think you and I were both blown away about the game and the potential of this game, and understanding that it wasn't quite there yet in terms of announcing something fun with Expo, but to have it on Pixel Pitch, where you can show off your piece, get a lot of more interest in it. And I believe you were saying something along the lines of you were looking for more playtesting, or you were looking for more user feedback as you were kind of building out each individual biome and vertical slice. So have you been able to make any more headway since our last conversation?
So basically, as Asmongold always says, right, I'm trying to make a good game, right? And to make a good game, I need feedback. So that's why I have a playtest right now. And so I'm always looking for people to give me feedback. Even better if I can watch them play, and I have the footage for that. You're playing right now, okay.
I'm trying to punch a snail.
Yeah, go ahead. So he has a shield mechanic. So I'm doing my best to make, as you can see here, combat clear and easy to understand. I don't want skill shots to be always. There should be an indicator if there's an AOE, for example, or the projectile should be clear.
Yeah.
And if it's not the case, that's why I'm doing playtest, right? I need to know, because I'm really trying to improve that, because I want the game to be a good game. That's why I need to keep working on it, right? So if you don't like the control, if you don't like the feel of the game, I'm really looking for feedback on this end as well. But
yeah, I'm just trying to get up to a vantage point and take a look at the whole world. And yeah, there's the tower that you mentioned.
I mean, you
right there.
You can try to climb on the. It's a bit far, but you could try to climb on the tower. So I put a hidden jump, you can jump from platform to platform to get on the top of it. I think in Final Fantasy they had this.
A lot of games have things like that. I know even games like Only Up had those secret little jumps that you can find, and the springboards and everything. And so there's a big red guy down here at the bottom here. Is this a boss?
Yeah, that's a mini boss. So you can fight him if you want, but
I know. I'm sure at level 1 it's going to go really well. I'll go ahead.
Actually, that makes me think about the combat system. Right now, most of the skills and combats, if you're really good, you can beat him. Even if you if it's better if you have stuff, obviously, but you can try and beat him, right?
Did the dodge his iframe or no?
Yeah, there's an iframe. I think it's 0.25 seconds. But you can try. Oh yeah, he's gonna dash at you first.
Oh my god! Okay.
Yeah, you can zoom out with the mouse scroll. I think it's easier to see. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's a little circle.
Yep. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be clear, right?
So this is very much more of a, I guess you could say skill-based game, and to an extent. Oh my god, it's got a charge.
Yeah, it's a mix of multiple factors, right? So there's the skill aspect, of course, but that's an easy boss, so you can beat him like that. But the other biomes have higher levels, and you would struggle, obviously.
Oh, he got me. Damn.
And you died.
You died.
You see the recap as well. So I'm trying to I want you to know why you died, right? That's really important. So
you already have a death recap. So basically, this game. I feel like this game, a lot of the things that you're explaining are things that have frustrated you that other games didn't have. Is that accurate?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been playing a bunch of various types of game. Like I play a lot of PvP games as well, like highly competitive, but also like I've played a lot of WoW as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been trying to incorporate what I like from these games and what I don't like. I'm trying to not put, right. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Joyan, with this game, I mean, clearly you're going to attract the survival game people. You're going to attract people who like open world games. I mean, you've already attracted Asmongold into your game. But in addition to that, with some of the base mechanics that you've kind of built in, especially with making your moving base look very Howl's Moving Castle-esque, I do think that you're also going to attract a lot of, you know, your cozy style gamers, people who want to build their base, decorate it to the T, and travel the world. So how hard are you open to going into your decor kind of aspects of the game?
I mean, I've already added, like, if you press tab as Mongol, you can see the list of things you can build, right?
Okay,
and so there's a bunch of furnitures as well.
A core, command unit.
In the categories, there's a bunch of things here. So if you want to customize your base, and you don't know them all yet because they can be unlocked, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely open to you customizing your base. That's the whole point, right? So I want to add more things, of course, but there's so many things that I need to work on. Yeah, definitely that's the way I want this to go.
Joyan, can you explain the multiplayer aspects of Loya? Like how do players interact, cooperate, or compete?
So right now, Asmongold is in a local server. Even if he's playing solo, like you could join his game. Well, I don't know if we've set up this, but in theory, if you have a friend like on Steam, you can join him. So everything is designed to be played multiplayer here. So you have a group system. You can group with your friends and just go and adventure together, right? That's the point. The dungeon system also adapts to the group size. So I'm not sure if I should do a system to adapt the boss's HP. Depending on the group size, that's still something I'm thinking about because there's pros and cons, right? I'm not 100%, like I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it's definitely
very hard to balance that. You're right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but we'll try. Like that's why I want to do playtests as well for this type of feedback, right? So the multiplayer aspect is not 100% ready. Like there's some things that don't synchronize as well, but you can definitely play together. Maybe you're gonna struggle to see someone on a walking base because I still need to improve the sync a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I think it's no problem, right? You can go ahead. Yeah, so you created a crafting table. That's cool. So you see the tutorial, and now you can just use it. Yeah, I'm looking at Olivier's screen. Yeah, you can try.
Wow,
and
she's actually playing the game. I'm just running around like an idiot.
You can go ahead. You can try. Like I've put things there, so you can have fun with a little parkour, right?
Well, I
like this aspect.
All the recipes.
Yeah. So and also you can discover new like crafting combinations just by trying. A bit like in Minecraft, like you can just try items like that. That's the point of the crafting table.
Great. So I'm gonna go punch this snail and see if I get anything good.
You see the shield in the snail, so I'm trying to make it clear that it's using its shield, right?
Yeah, no, I like that. And there's like a little stamina bar of the shield, so you know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, we completely are off rail for the presentation, but that's okay. That's fine.
Joyan, who's your target audience for this game?
I'm the target audience, right? Because I play this type of game. So I'm doing this for me first. I want to make a good game, right? And if people like the game, and I'm sure, since I play games that other people like, I'm sure they're going to like it too, right? So I would say like people who play Valheim, people who like Palworld as well, this type of stuff, right?
Yeah, this reminded me a lot of Palworld too.
Yeah, by the way, there's a pet system. I don't know if we can switch to the video because that would be interesting to show as well. Because right now I've added pets to the game, and you can have like where you're going, Asmon. There's an egg, like there's an actual reward to get a pet if you manage to get to the top of the tower.
If I get to the top, okay, I'm trying to do it.
And so you can get pets in Loya by collecting eggs, right?
Okay.
And usually you get eggs by completing quests, or there are some drops from some bosses where you get quests when you get eggs as well. And every time your pet levels up, he's gonna like you're going to be able to feed him. And so if you give him food, depending on the food type, he's going to have a permanent boost, right? And it's a bit like Valheim or WoW. When you eat something, you get a buff, and it's a unique slot. So here, the buff would be permanent for the pet, right? And I think that would, yeah, you can mount some pets as well. I think we saw it in the video.
So you can ride them around. Can you have more than one pet at a time?
For now, only one, because I'm not sure about the balance of this, and especially in dungeons, because my dungeons are very controlled. Like when you enter dungeons, you can only choose a specific amount of items that you can bring with you, and only specific types of items as well. So you're going pretty high, right?
So far, yes.
He's gonna make it.
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
About that.
But yeah, so that was the same about the dungeon. Yeah, the types of items that you can bring with you. We have a video with the dungeons here, so you can bring eggs as well, or weapons, or consumables, and they all cost a specific amount of, like, it's not really money, but like it's just to limit you in the amount of items that you can bring with you. So if you bring a pet with you in a dungeon, for example, you're gonna have less consumables or anything else, right? I think
so
that's
the
whole point.
In a different way.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think balance is really important. As you see in the video here, I'm just choosing a specific amount of items, and then I'm in the dungeon. So yeah, there's another mechanic, I think, which is related to the walking bases, and is related to when you explore the world, which is, I think, very relevant here, is that sometimes the monsters will attack your base, right? And when they
like
do,
a raid, yeah.
Exactly, it's a raid. That's what you see in the video here. So there's going to be a bunch of monsters that will attack your base, or bosses. Like sometimes it's a big bosses, like the big snail.
Oh, wow.
Here. And so you have to build defenses in your base to kind of adapt to the different types of waves that will attack you.
I mean,
you don't
he's
have
getting
to, right?
fucked up, man.
Yeah,
he's done.
I've put too many towers, but yeah, you can even move around with your base, like, and have turrets, just like this example. And so yeah, the idea is that the raids are also controlled and balanced related to where you should be in the game. So they really are triggered when you complete the tutorial, for example, or when you walk somewhere specific. And there's also an interesting mechanic that I think I didn't put in the presentation, but I think it's really important. It's like when you lose your base and it's destroyed, you can save it before. This way you can restore it. Like
so you save like a blueprint of it, is that right?
Exactly. Like if you look at the world map, Oli, I don't know if you can press the M. Yeah, if you see the crystal down, yeah, that's a save point. So if you go to that save point with your base, so you don't have to go now, but basically if you went there, you could have made like a blueprint of your base that's saved, and if you give it the right components, you're going to be able to regenerate your base. That's going to save you the time to redo it. And since you don't lose the components when your base is destroyed, you can just pick them up and redo it, right? Because I feel like it's very frustrating to have to redo the base all the time, and I think that's also part of
There's a game that I played recently,
yeah.
Once Human, that did the exact same thing with blueprints. Man, that was just amazing. Like, after I saw it happen for one game, it was like, yeah, this should just be the norm.
I definitely agree. I didn't know they do this in Once Human, but yeah, I definitely think, that's a good idea. You can go back from here.
I know.
It's not over.
Is bringing back the MapleStory jump quest vibes. Just pure frustration.
Wait, can you go back from here?
All right, I
think you should. Yeah, you can. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, so that was the raid mechanic, I think, which is an essential aspect also of the game, because it incites you to think about how you're going to design your base, how you're going to put towers, how many towers you're going to put as well, how do you handle energy. Like there's a bunch of things that are related to that, which I think are very important. One is easy. Yeah, there we go.
Holy
now
shit.
You have the hard jump. Oh, it's gonna come soon.
This is the hard one?
Not yet. Almost there.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But yeah, so let me look at my presentation. I have to think what other thing I wanted to talk about.
I see. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you have to get there. There's only one chance.
I see that.
No.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, you fell all the way.
That's the way it is.
Nice try.
I tried. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, that's the point. You have to try again for this one.
Yeah.
So there's a last mechanic I wanted to show. We have also, I think, a video for this, which is the forge and the crafting mechanic. I've created a small mini game in the game, which is like when you place a forge in your base, you're going to be able to create weapons and armor, obviously, by forging them. And their stats will depend on the ingredients you put. So you have base ingredients like metal that you have to put there. And you can also try different ingredients to know what type of stats you're going to have. And when you start forging, you have a mini rhythm game, and the score that you get here will define the quality. But you can try and reforge them as many times as you want to make them better. Basically, I've been forging weapons for maybe hundreds of times just to get the right forging rate. I think I'm showing it here exactly. So that's the mini game. So you have a timing where you have to press the.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, I like it as well. I play a bunch of rhythm games, so that's why I wanted to add this. And I feel like it's also an incentive to use what you collected, the different ores. And it's just different from just combining items or basic crafting functionality. But yeah, I like it.
Oh, cool! My base is standing now.
Perfect. Yeah, that's. Oh, you've raised the base. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, can we see that? Can we see Abui's base? I'm actually kind of curious.
Show the base. There it is.
Oh shit!
It still needs the face, but we're starting.
You can. Okay, you didn't put a door on the right side, but you can still, I think, climb using the ladder. Try. I think it makes you cross.
Yeah. How you gonna get back up on that?
I didn't say I was an interior designer.
You didn't plan that far. Yeah, because
I didn't think about that. Okay, you can get stuck like that.
Oops.
You can reach the ladder. You have to jump and press. Yeah, I should improve that. Right, it's not really convenient, but there we go. And if you go up, it should put you in. There we go.
Oh,
door.
So you can
working as intended. I'm sure.
You can also try to set a destination point if you talk to the core.
Okay, let's try it.
So you can have the base auto walk somewhere?
Exactly, that's the point. So just try something without obstacle because I'm still... Yeah, there's a bunch of obstacles, yeah. It's not going to go there. But yeah, you can see it moving. That's the fun part, I think. It's really satisfying. But he's going to hit the tree, right? And he's going to stop. Yeah, because I still need to...
Is she in the same world as me?
She should be. I don't know. Did you join his world?
Not sure. I think I maybe meant just spiritually.
Okay, no, apparently not. I was about to say, yeah, okay. And how many people can be in one of these areas?
I've been doing tests with 20 people because just to give context, this used to be an MMO project, so I wanted to make an MMO when I started this.
Okay.
So the multiplayer aspect is very pushed and it's very optimized for this. So in theory, I should be able to handle 100 people, but in practice, I'm sure it's not going to work because I wasn't able to test it. But from the time it used to be an MMO, I used to have 20 people. So now it's not an MMO, but it should handle the same load, right? I don't see why it wouldn't. Then it would also depend on the specific machine, right, for the server. Because you can also have dedicated server if you want, since that was the initial architecture.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I think that POW World has something that's similar to that as well, so I'm kind of used to it. Yeah, no, this is interesting. I feel like this vibe of games, everybody, anytime a new one of these games comes out, if it's good, everybody's going to try one of these out. And the fact that you're making something like this solo, and this has taken you, 6 years? How close are you to finishing?
So right now, the first biome is completed, right? This represents 5 to 10 hours of gameplay. That's the forest biome. And that's what I've had from the playtesters. At least the feedback that I had from them when they played. Someone had played 20 hours, but in general, I think it's 5 hours. If you don't, unless you really want to unlock every pet, everything that's in the game. So right now I'm working on 2 new biomes, which is the desert and the ice biomes. We should see them soon here. And these biomes have a lot more puzzles as well. I think that's because I like this type of stuff in desert biomes, right? They also have the new bosses, like the giant worm thing. That I want to. I want this to attack your base, right? I really want you to find ways to avoid it, or if you fight it, like when you have the ultimate upgrades. But yeah, that's the idea. And so when I'm done with this, I'm gonna add one last biome, which will be flying islands. So this one will require the flying mechanic to access, right? And
so are these biomes going to be connected? Because I feel like
yes.
Oh, okay. So they're all interconnected into one
it's open world. It's one world. Yeah. You already have access to them. It's just I didn't complete the quest in there, and I'm missing some monsters. But yeah, it's definitely directly accessible. And so because right now every system is done, right? I'm not really programming that much. I'm more like adding content, so I'm going way faster. So I believe I should have these ready, like the ice and desert biome should take me like maybe 3 months, and then hopefully in 6 months the whole thing should be ready. Don't take my word for it, like I may be wrong, but that's the plan, right? And I'm planning to have like 50 to 100 hours of gameplay for the early access version. Yeah, that's the goal.
Wow! As a solo developer, that's
that's ambitious, I know. But I mean, that's the point of making this type of game, which is I gain a lot of playtime from collecting resources, exploring, trying puzzles. So the idea is that I don't need to make as much content as an MMO, right? Hopefully.
Yeah,
so,
of course. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Sips.
I was just going to ask, what brings you on, Joyan? What's your ask?
Yes, so let's look at the ask, right? So I've set up a bunch of goals, right? So the first goal, like if I manage to get 2K, I'll be able to redo the character models because I don't like them that much. I feel like they lack detail. They're not bad per se, but they could be more detailed. Like if you look at the mushroom avatar, like the limbs are too small, and when I use the glider, the hand don't reach the glider, so that's a bit weird. So yeah, I feel like it would gain, like it would be better if it was remade. So yeah, that's that. So the other goal, get ready for the second goal, right? So if I manage to reach $4K, I'm waiting for the slide to swap. Yeah, there it is. So, it's not up to date. So I was okay. 5K. Let's say 5K then.
Amazing.
So add a new NPC, which will be the boarding skeleton. And this NPC is going to give you a quest. Yes, and if you complete that quest, you're going to get the roach egg, and you'll be able to have a roach pet, which will be you'll be using it to fight. So yeah, that was
that's crazy. It's a great idea. Wow, it's awesome. Very, very good idea.
Like it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's quite modest, I would say. I mean, overall, to make something like this happen, especially with like your development cycle, that's incredible, man.
Look, I don't really need the money that much, right? I've been doing this in my free time for all these years. If I needed money to do this, I wouldn't have been there. Like, there's no way. Because if I was to make to find a team to do this, it would cost like, I don't know, millions, right, to make. So I keep doing this myself since it works, right? Why would I change something that works?
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the chat's loving it, man. So this is like, it's such an ambitious game. I mean, it's always incredible for me to see like one dude making this massive game. It's crazy. So I love to see this. I think everybody does. And
just to give context, like it's not my first game, right? I've been doing project for 15 years. They were all failures, but I do this for fun, right? Like it's a hobby project to begin with. So if it fails, it fails. I don't mind. But I'm trying to make a good game, right? That's the core concept, and it's gonna take as long as it's gonna take. I hope it will take 6 months, but we'll keep working on it until it's ready.
Well, hell yeah, man. I mean, thanks a lot for coming on and sharing the game. And also, people can try the game out right now. Is that correct?
So they can, but I'm not giving access to everyone because I need to control who does what, if as much as possible. But if you want to try and get access, So you can get to the sim page and you can register for the playtest. And I'm going to add people slowly. So maybe not everyone's going to be able to try, but with time, more and more people will be able to try. Until I have a public demo that's also available, this one, everyone will be able to try. So it's just that I need the feedback, definitely. But too much of it would just since the game is not in its final stage, I feel like I still want to improve it before I give it to everyone, right? So that's just the idea.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You want to have targeted feedback around a couple of different things instead of the thing that everybody knows is wrong, so you don't get 1,000 messages about the same thing that you know already. Yeah, exactly. I totally understand that. And again, guys, the game is Loya. It is on Steam. And holy shit, man. Developed this entire thing solo. It's even got a whole day and night cycle. I'm just looking at it right now. The sun's going down. Is there any difference in gameplay for day and night? Do you have anything so
there's a bunch of collectibles that only are you can only get them at night, the glowing lily. It's a plant that is gonna be able to be collected only at night. I want some monsters as well to only spawn at night. Because that's the point, since you don't see that much, I want you to interact with that, with torches. But it's going to be very dark soon, if you wait a little.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious to see.
So yeah, that's the idea, is the interaction is a bit different at night. And yeah, I'm not done with it. I think I could do more, but definitely there will be some specific things that you only get at night, right?
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this game goes, man. I am. And I want to say thank you so much for coming on and sharing your game. I think chat's loved it. I've enjoyed it a lot. I think everybody else has too a bit. And so, Joylin, thank you very much, man.
Thank you so much. I mean, I've been a viewer for I don't know how many years, so it's really amazing to be here. I'm so cool, so excited. So thank you for having me. Really, thanks.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. And man, one guy makes that game, and oh my god, I feel like this is that is nuts, man. Whenever I think about that, I'm like, okay, this is how's it even possible? Especially whenever there'll be there'll be a AAA gaming studio and it's hey, yeah, this thing's been broken for 6 months. I gotta fix it in 6 months. It's come on.
I mean,
that long.
We know that there is a level of diminishing returns when it comes to people power on a game, right? No hate AAA. It's, I was in it for many years, but you get to a certain point, and the more development power you're putting towards the game, the less impactful you are towards having a quality product.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and I think that's very, very well evidenced in many games nowadays.
Yeah, if you think about games like Undertale, Stardew Valley, games where there's only 1 or 2 people who are actually working on the game, you could really see that individual dev's creative voice come out to full power. Where usually when working with either a greater team, like you said, a AAA studio, or maybe even just a larger publisher, there's a lot more voices, almost like a committee of, well, we don't want to do that to make a deadline, or, well, we don't really like that specific art style. We don't think it, trends well with social media right now. So being able to just be a solo dev and take it all into your own hands, I mean, I feel like it pays off at the end of the day.
Oh, big time. It's even just having devs that'll end up working on the same thing at the same time, and neither are doing it effectively because of a communication breakdown. I mean, I want to call out, of course, Lightbox Games, the publisher the developer of Rumble Club, publisher Mad Mushroom.
It's crazy how fast they make changes.
They're ridiculously fast. They'll literally we'll be watching a stream, they'll see something happen, and they've changed it by the time the stream is done, and I'm like, how? I just don't get it. But they're a great team. It's a great game. If you haven't played yet, play Rumble Club.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we've had over 200,000, by the way, registrations and accounts playing Rumble Club. We actually just went over the numbers last night, which I was thinking, oh man, we just went over 100K, and then Sibs, you were showing me that stuff yesterday. I was like, what? Oh my god. Yeah, so it's been popping off. And again, we want all the feedback that you can give for the game too, because as we just said, the developers, I'm pretty sure the crab mode that we have, like that wasn't even planned at the beginning. That might have been the mode that they were just like, oh yeah, we can make a new mode. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that
they
just
made
got
a new mode
thrown
again.
in. Yeah, it was literally thrown in weeks before worldwide launch. I can tell you in my 20 years in this game industry, again, only 29, I've never seen anything like that.
It's crazy. And I feel like there's so many more studios that are going to be trending towards that smaller and leaner size. I mean, it's like, you know, you get to the point where like a lot of these games get like, instead of too big to fail, too big to succeed. And it's like, how do you move a Titanic whenever, you know, you're competing against people in canoes and Viking longboats and jet skis, right? I mean, it's very, very hard to do.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, and we also have, gentlemen, we have one final game, and I want to make sure I have everything ready and set up in order to do this. But I want to say, everybody, thank you very much for watching and being part of this. I feel like I actually really like doing the show. This show has been really, really cool for me to see, and I want to say thank you guys, and you know, hopefully, you know, we'll be able to change things and keep making it better as well. So the fifth game, very relevant to at least my audience, is going to be a Souls-like roguelite combat-focused RPG, and the game is actually called Rogue Blight. And we've got Conrad coming in from the Rogue Blight team, and we're going to take a look at the game. Conrad, how you doing, man?
Hello, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about Rogue Blight.
Yeah.
So just a little bit about the team first. So I'm Conrad. I also go by Code Rad, which is just a play on my name. I'm a main developer behind Roguelite. I actually work full-time as a software engineer, but my passion has been always making games. So basically any free time I've had, I've been working on this game, and it's definitely a passion project for me. I just wanted to shout out Dane Celestia. I've been commissioning him for the art, and he's been doing an amazing job. Also, sound design and music is done by Adam Greenlee, and he's a professional sound designer and composer for games. So yeah, that's the team, and let's start with showing you guys the trailer.
Hell yeah.
You've fought countless battles. Across this cursed land. Growing more powerful with each attempt.
I can upgrade anything you desire.
Will you defy fate? Or surrender to the blight?
Okay. So you've got like actual bosses and everything built into the game, and you apparently get more powerful as you fight the bosses, and then eventually, hopefully, you're able to beat them. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's right. So Roguelite is a 2D Souls-like roguelite game with main focus on 1v1 combat. So we pretty much took existing systems from many different games and combined them to create something unique. Imagine something like Slay the Spire map with randomly generated system, but with Dark Souls 2D combat. So you progress through this map, you go into these different nodes, and you try to find the best path possible for your current situation. In the story mode, there will be total 3 maps with unique backgrounds that you and enemies that you have to traverse through. You have to do them one by one, in row. If you die, you basically start over, but you do get stronger. So yeah, also there'll be a technically 4th map, but it's gonna be like a additional boss. Yeah, so the game takes place in dark fantasy realm, plagued by blight. Your objective is to get to the source of blight and destroy it. You will fight through a wide variety of enemies and bosses, and as you progress through the map, you will find different gear and items, and you create different character builds.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what kind of builds are there? I saw like there's magic happening. It seems like obviously you're able to use melee weapons. What's the what can you do?
Yeah, so you find weapons and armor. That's one thing you do. So there are 4 weapon types. You got swords, wands, daggers, and shields. And what you can do is you can combine them. So, for example, you can wear a sword on one hand and a wand on the other.
Oh, wow.
Or you can dual wield swords or daggers or wands. There's an advantage to dual wielding as well. If you dual wield, you attack with both weapons at the same time. So if you wear 2 wands, you will attack with both wands at the same time. But there's also advantages not to do that. So it's up to you. So basically, you create like a different character every time. And also, you find armors to complement that character build.
Okay.
So the armor is set specifically on what build you're trying to do, or you might get thrown armor from different builds?
So there are attributes. So you have strength, dexterity, and intelligence. And the weapons scale based on those. So one skill on intelligence, swords on strength, and daggers on dexterity. So you want to find like mage gear if you're using wands, for example. There's also unique gear that you can find that has unique effects, but but usually want to match the attributes to the weapons.
Conrad, it's great to see you again.
Yeah.
Full transparency to the rest of the panel. Mad Mushroom is talking with Conrad, and Roguelite is up for consideration. So chat, if you have any thoughts, let us know.
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah, for real. But, I'm, of course, a huge fan of this game and would love to know what sets Roguelite apart from other games in the Souls-like, roguelite genre.
Yeah, sure. So I think the character builds are the biggest thing, right? I try to make it so there's like literally hundreds of different possibilities to make different heroes. So something I didn't talk about actually is status effects as well. So there are status effects. For example, we got freeze here. I freeze this gorilla for 3 seconds, and you can apply status effects on bosses just like on normal enemies as well. And as you can see, a shield actually has a skill that reflects damage back to the enemy and applies freeze.
So it's like a parry?
Yeah, exactly. This is sort of a parry.
All right.
It's a little bit different because it reflects damage and applies freeze, but there's also a parry shield. You can make a parry build as well, for example. There's a parry shield, there's parry dagger, and there's also we'll get to that actually. So the way status effects work, I probably should mention, is let's say weapon applies 10% freeze. You need to hit enemy 10 times to apply the freeze. So it's not instant. So you see, you build it up, exactly. So it's not like instant like here. I already built it up before the gift started. Another thing is blessings.
Okay.
You find these things called blessings that modify your character. And I just wanted to show those 3 blessings here that I think would work pretty well with this build.
Are those blessings relevant throughout runs, or is it like you get the blessings for that run specifically, and then in the next run you get new blessings?
Yeah. So blessings are reset when you die.
Okay, got it.
And weapons as well. So you start basically from scratch and you have to build up again. You do keep, when you die, you keep a currency, and you can use that currency to upgrade your character permanently. With like max health, max damage, stuff like that. Yeah, potions, but also you can upgrade shop, blacksmith. There's like a bunch of things you can upgrade. So bonfire. So for example, you go to bonfire, you get more options if you upgrade the bonfire, not just restore your health, but maybe refill your potions or choose. There's also things called minor blessings, which
Right.
So you get basically blessings encourage different styles of builds, basically. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. So we have currently in this playtest 60 blessings and 50 different weapons.
Oh.
This means there's
50 different weapons. Are there like different move sets for each weapon?
So there's different movesets per weapon type. So like daggers always have the same moveset, but every weapon has unique skill. So like like weapon,
like weapon art in Elden Ring. Got it.
Exactly. So and also there's different status effects these weapons apply. So you can find a bleed katana, for example, or ice sword, poison sword, earth sword. There's they all have status effects that they apply. Lightning, wind, fire, light, darkness. So so there's actually quite a more to the game, but like there's a blacksmith and stuff like that. But I would love if you guys try the game.
Okay, so time. I finally can play. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Let me get over to here. All right, so I've got my character, and I'll just move this.
So I would recommend using a mouse for a character creator because it's going to be just easier, but then controller for the rest. You can also randomize your character if you want on the bottom left, up to you. But I allow people to do anything they want with the character, basically. If you want your character to be purple, you can do that. And at the top, you got the tabs as well, so you got your hairstyles.
All right, let's take a look. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a lot of these. Okay. Oh, oh my God, you have the cloud hair too. Okay. All right, that should be fine. And there we go. And then for hair, I think
there's no hair on that one, so.
Yeah, no, this is things are already looking really good. Okay.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Also eyes and face, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Mouth as well. Eyebrows. Well, I'm gonna make him mad. Okay, there we go. That's good. And then can I make the eyes red? Okay, good, perfect. And eyes. Oh God. Okay. All right. It's time to start. Okay. So I will go ahead and begin the journey. And
so this just starts with tutorial, just to teach you some mechanic.
Okay. So you've got your basic attack right there, and your dash is roll.
Yeah. At the top left, it tells you what buttons to press.
Okay. And then you've got your heavy attack and also light attack. All right. Got him and got him. That's a dodge. You just go right through that.
Yeah, that's dash has iframes. Yeah.
Okay. Burning. So that's what happens if you get hit.
Yeah, that's the fire effect.
Oops. Okay.
So you see, there's a platform on the left side. Yeah, just teaching you like iframes basically.
I see. Yeah, I was just randomly looking around, wasn't even paying attention. Okay. So change your potions. Okay, so now I'm going from a healing potion to a mana potion, and I'm at the healing potion, and then I use this. There we go.
Yeah, so the R2 is your skill.
So
that's the skill, yeah.
Oh, I see. And that's why it went on cooldown. I can't spam that. I thought that was a heavy attack. Okay, I'm understanding now.
And so the skills use mana. And you need to drink mana potion.
Okay. And there we go. All right.
So you can switch your weapons now with just like in Dark Souls.
Okay. Okay, this is let's go with this. This is
and they have also unique skills.
Okay. And so what happens if I do both of them at the same time? Okay, there's that.
All right, so now the game begins, basically.
Okay, and so what the hell is this? I guess I'm just going to click on that and see what happens. Okay. Damn.
Dang, you did better than I did. I got lit up by like a fire mage or something.
Okay. Got him. All right. So I get everything out of that. And then can I put on...
So
I guess it's a question mark. Okay.
So on in the map system, where the map is, you can change your gear.
Yeah.
see there's a little bug on the left.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it doesn't show you anymore what's new. Okay,
And so I put these on.
Yeah, you got a pairing dagger, I think.
Oh, did I? I did. Okay, parrying dagger. All right, and so that should be good. And now I can go ahead and I guess I have to fight one of these bosses, maybe. I see. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, also you, when you start the game, you begin with way less weapons, and you unlock more and more weapons as you play. So you see you have your character level at the top left, level 1. Every level you unlock one weapon until level 50. So the game will get more and more complex. By unlock, I mean they will start dropping from enemies.
Okay.
Oh, so I think you got another dagger, so you can dual wield them.
So now I'm dual wielding the daggers.
Yes, and both of them have parry skill, so you can parry the enemy.
Boots too. Okay, guards, boots, and so this gear again is like I don't keep this gear per run.
No.
Okay.
You do unlock cosmetics as well as you play the game, so you will start. Oh, there's.
Wait, bro, this is fucking broken. Like. You just hit them? So it's like the what do you call it? The rally system? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends. It's broken versus certain enemies.
Okay. Let's go maximum stamina. And then this bonfire here.
So at the moment you can only restore health at the bonfire, but if you upgrade bonfire, do you see there's this mushroom sign on the left? Oh, potion seller, yeah.
Choose to upgrade, choose additional potion. Okay, I'd want to get another health potion.
Okay, so you got normal enemy, and then you have a boss.
Yeah, then it's the boss, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I don't know really what... Jesus.
Oh, you parried him, damn.
Wait, I did? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't think it worked. I just was randomly pressing buttons. Okay. Right. And now I can go ahead and put on my other gear. And are the weapons a baseline? Yeah, I would probably use the wand, but I think we're doing really well with the daggers anyway. So we'll just stick with that. We'll get on the new guard's leggings. And now I have to fight the boss.
Yes.
Okay, time to die.
Just so you know, you're meant to die here, so let's see. He's pretty weak to parry, by the way, so...
Oh, I see, okay. Oh, I thought I was around that.
Oh, wow, nice.
Oh, I see, okay. Shattered, what does shattered mean?
It means he always deal critical damage if he hits you now.
Okay.
That's earth element. Oh.
Ooh, I messed up.
You do have, I think, a potion.
Yeah, I did. It'd be crazy if I could use it though.
Very good.
I did.
All right, phase 2. Let's go.
I tried. Oh, that was fast. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I'm dead. Nope. Okay. There's a boss in Blasphemous 1 that has that exact same attack pattern. Oh!
Almost.
Okay. Yeah, I could beat that. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's actually a really good attempt. So now you
it would have been better if I beat it, but yeah, you're right. It's okay.
Yeah, so you see, you leveled up your character now, and now you will find Fire Dagger and Fire Wand.
Okay.
Yeah, and now this is the main hub.
Okay.
So if you beat the game, oh yeah, this is the upgrade system. So now you got 5 fungi, so you can unlock potions, for example.
Yeah.
There's also tabs on the left, so there's way more stuff you can unlock.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Okay, general, and then map. Oh wow. Okay,
And
so there's a lot of these.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can contribute to each one, and there's different levels. There's like the 0 out of 5, and so all that. Is that
so basically the way it was, you have to fill this bar to unlock it. So you basically put a couple fungi there.
And like
nice.
what I did with the top one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I was thinking if I could take them out, but yeah, this makes sense.
Also, if you go to the left side, far left.
Okay. Far left
to where you respond. Yeah, there's also a leaderboard.
Okay.
So if you beat the game, you unlock New Game Plus.
Okay.
And there's a leaderboard for New Game Plus. The difficulty goes up infinitely. So the highest one so far is New Game Plus 60. You see at the top?
I do. I see that. And so it just keeps scaling up and up and up.
Forever.
Wow.
And,
okay.
Yeah, so far from like 40 playtesters, and this is the cosmetics you unlock as you play the game.
Okay. So you just unlock these. It's not like you have to do anything else. You just play the game and get them. Okay.
Yeah. By leveling up your character.
And so this is all like, I guess this is kind of a tutorial in PC?
Yeah, this is a tutorial, yeah. So if you talk to that guy with the maps. Yeah, there you go, if you select map. And so there will be different modes, but at the moment I'm focusing on the story mode.
Okay.
So the story mode is what you basically just played there.
Okay. So like how much of the story really is there? Like how long does it take to go through a run once you kind of understand what to do?
My plan is for the full game to take about 7 hours.
Okay.
To beat. But if you really know what you're doing. Yeah, first playthrough, exactly.
Got it.
But if you really know what you're doing, it will probably take you like an hour. Like just go from beginning to end, maybe less, maybe 40 minutes. Also if you go to main menu, there's in the main menu there's a button called quick demo mode.
How do I do main menu?
Just start and save and quit.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The quick combat. Yeah. So this is I made this just for here. Okay. You went impossible. Okay.
Of course.
So if you check your outfits now, I put all the gear so you can check every item in the game currently.
Okay.
So and you can find the boss here instantly as well if you want.
All right.
But by the way, this is New Game Plus 50 difficulty. Just so you know, you chose impossible. So he's gonna be super. This is gonna be tough.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's insane.
He does not fuck around.
Yeah, this is you chose pretty tough one. But if you check your gear, like if you check like a weapon, for example, or this is all the weapons in the game.
I can try anything I want.
Yeah, just.
Oh my god!
And also there's you can check some of the unique gear as well. You can find in the game.
Okay, so these are all the weapons that are available to you, and they all have these different, like the Golden Blast, Defender, Water Blast, and these are the. Okay,
exactly.
That makes sense.
And and there's a headpiece. There's a mimic head as well there. You can find it from mimics randomly drop
over time.
No, actually, they increase your max stats. Yeah. They actually increase your max stats every fight, but they consume fungi.
Oh, I get it.
So you get less. You can't upgrade your character as often, but you get your stats. I think it's +5 max health, mana, and stamina every fight.
Oh wow! Okay. All right. I'll try and do it one more time at least.
All right.
See if I can do any better.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna do. I thought he was gonna do the jump. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't know something else.
Yeah. This is you chose literally the hardest difficulty.
So let me see. So if I abandon this run, I'll go for the easier one. Let's just go it on.
So easy is the one basically you did earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So currently in this demo there are 4 bosses, and there's 2 maps finished. If you use a torch skill, you can like burn enemy easier as well.
Okay.
Which is L2.
Oh, he didn't like that.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, you know your dash, right? You can use your dash off cooldown even in air, so you can like jump and dash.
Okay.
And you can also use all your weapon skills in air. So you can like jump, dash, use your skill, jump, and use another skill. So you can like do a lot of combos like that.
Mm-hmm. That was fast.
Oh, you got this. Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Okay, we actually killed him. Wow. Gorilla
Nice.
perished. Nice.
There's actually next boss after this as well, if you want to try. That's
okay, I'll try one more. Yeah, I'll just keep going, see what happens.
Yeah, this one is final boss of the forest map at the top. So first you start in forest. You got 2 bosses.
Mm-hmm.
This is when to go. He doesn't have a voice acting yet, though.
So Sibs, go ahead and provide the voice lines.
Yeah.
I will fight you. I'm burning.
Okay, so I can't even go over there. There's probably a poison on the ground, right?
Yep.
Oh. That was not a good decision.
So that's phase 2.
Phase 2 is where he summons the ads, I guess?
Yeah.
Ooh. Do you jump over that, or do you have to dodge iframe through it?
Yeah, you can just dodge it, or you can jump dodge as well. That's probably easier. Yeah, so if you don't destroy those things he summons, they will explode and leave poison gas in that area. So basically, you can't be in that area anymore.
Okay, so I'm making the right decision by killing these then.
Yeah.
Ooh. Make sure I get my heal. Oh, this looks bad, right? Yeah, this is bad. That's very bad. Bro, he's getting serious.
Yeah, phase 2 is tough.
Wow, you've got like the...
Wow, we actually did it.
Okay.
Well,
not too bad. All right. And now I guess I get another heal, and there's like the big boss. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. So I just did this like little map with like 3 bosses just to show off the combat.
Yeah. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a voice over yet as well.
Hopefully he doesn't have attacks either. Oops. So the bosses have like their own different phases.
Yes.
It's not like they just do the same thing every time.
Yeah, yeah. So for first phase is usually pretty simple, and then at 60% health they go phase 2, and that's when it starts getting serious.
So I thought that my potions were gonna refill.
Oh no, they didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that I just found that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't account that you will get this far, so.
Yeah.
There you go, that's phase 2.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Fucking fire.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I'm good.
Ooh. Fire with fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're actually doing really well.
Wow.
Oh.
No, I had to move back. Shit.
Nice, you apply burn.
This is really bad. Yeah, I had to take that burn. Okay. Yeah, I can't get burned now. Ooh, you know what? I didn't know if he had a hitbox. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could get inside of him, but I didn't expect the hitbox to push me back. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah.
That's
So
really
they do
good.
have different combos and
Thank
everything
you.
like that. Yeah. I was focused up. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I died, but yeah, it's just the way it goes. It's how it is.
Oh.
You know.
So Conrad, who's your target audience? Who'd you build this game for?
So the target audience is hopefully people like Asmongold. People who like roguelikes and souls-likes, ideally. Like people who like Hades or what else? Slay the Spire, I guess, since it's so heavily inspired by it. And souls-like. So obviously Dark Souls is a big one. I'm a huge fan of Dark Souls. I've been playing it for extremely long time.
Yeah.
So that's the target audience.
Well, hell yeah, man. And I played the game now, and it was kind of fun. It was I mean, I like the different move sets, everything like that. Everything felt pretty. I guess you could say like felt pretty fair. And so I definitely appreciate that. And what are you looking to get out of us then?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, I commissioned all of the art for the game. I'm currently working on a third map, which needs quite a few enemies. So all the enemies are drawn by Dane, as I mentioned before. So yeah, I need some funding to get those enemies drawn. As you can see on the screen here, this is one of the bosses you haven't fought yet, actually. And on the left is the sketch, and on the right is how he looks in the finished game. So in phase 2, he actually gets wings. So
I see.
So currently, I'll be asking for $3,000 to cover all of the enemies, and I do need more money to finish the game. And like get all of the art and stuff. But this is at the moment I just want to focus on the enemies. So 3,000, and what you will get in return is you'll get a blessing named after you if you fund anything at all. So we got here Asmon's Fury, Overly's Strike, and Sib's got Dibs, for example.
That's a good one.
Just disclaimer, they might change this. I don't know if this is balanced exactly, but something like that. So, and the highest investor will get custom NPC in the game. So here's an example of how Asmongold could look in the game.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Yeah, for sure. Wow, looks amazing.
No.
Thank you.
I like how I also picked the exact same beard for my character. Yeah, it's about what I thought.
Yeah, just skin didn't match, but yeah.
Are there really big two-handed swords? I didn't see one of those, actually.
So, not yet. I don't know if I'm going to add them. So, at the moment, all the weapons are one-handed. So you can mix and match them. But what will happen is these NPCs you meet, this NPC, whoever invests the most, so it could be Asmongold or Overly, they give unique rewards. So, for example, this NPC could give you the only two-handed sword in the game, for example, or give you a choice between 3 different blessings that are only from that NPC. So so you meet them, in the question marks. That's where you would meet this NPC, and it would be just completely random. You could never get him, or you could get him in a run, and that will change how you're gonna play.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like legendary blessings in like a lot of the roguelike.
There's a lot of in the question marks. There's a lot of scenarios that could happen, and they will change. I try to make all of them give some kind of unique reward. And change the play style. For example, you can meet a girl who gives you golden weapons, and they do gold steal.
I think
that's the only way to get it. So that's the ask.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll definitely say like any Souls-like game that has that type of gameplay, I'm usually quite interested in it. So yeah, I'll be curious to really have to sit down now that we've looked at all 5 games and see really what's on the table and everything. But if people want to try this game out, are they able to play it right now?
So there's a Steam page. You can go and wishlist the game. On the Steam page, there's a way to request access to the playtest, but it's not up yet. So it should be up within the next couple of months. So if you sign up for the playtest, you will get early access to basically to the demo. That's going to be public. Yeah, so not yet basically. But yeah, so wishlist will definitely help. And requesting the access, you will get early access to the demo.
Do you have a release window in mind, or kind of an idea of when you'd be finished with development, depending on funding?
Yeah, so I'm funding the whole project myself because I work full time as a software engineer, and then I'm doing this during free time. I am about 40% content done, and most of the systems are done. So I'm hoping to finish by Q1 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so less than a year then.
Yeah, less than a year. But it'll be more like end of Q1, so like March. But yeah.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay, great. Again, guys, the game is Rogue Blight, and you can wishlist it on Steam, and there will hopefully be a playtest quite soon. And so, yeah, thank you very much, Conrad from Code Red Games. Appreciate it. And yeah, we've got a lot to think about here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for showing my game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh man. All 5 of the games now. What do y'all think?
They were all really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna really have to sit down and think about this and really decide what to do. And again, guys, we have obviously each one of us has $5,000 that we can allocate to each one of these different games, and we also have $5,000 from chat. Now, the way that chat's going to work is we will probably do some form of a poll, and then after we do the poll, we're going to be able to try out and see who's actually going to end up winning. And yeah, the poll is in chat? Okay. Yeah, so you just type the message in chat and which game you want to have in chat. And so again, the 5 games, for anybody who might have forgotten, have come in a little bit late, the 5 games are Bean Beasts, Drake, IAH, Internet War, Loya, and Rogue Blight. Those are the 5 games, and I've really got to sit down and think about what I'm interested in and like what I want to put the money into, because I got to think about this a lot. You guys have any ideas?
Mine might be a cop out of it because I want to help all of them.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way in a lot of cases.
Man, for me, the first my first instinct is I would like to contribute to Bean Beasts. I'm just trying to figure out at what capacity, because I do think that with that type of game, tower defense, especially with kind of like the cutish type of sprites and animals that you have that you're fighting with, I feel like that does translate really well to a Switch game. So a port like that would be fantastic. And exactly to what Josh was saying before, Japan and China will go absolutely crazy for this, so you need to have translations. So for them, I'm thinking of I'm probably going to drop at least 1,500 with Bean.
Okay. Oh wow. All right, that's quite a lot.
I mean, unless you guys are going in with Bean.
Oh, I mean, I've got a bit. I'm thinking about at least a little bit for sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to think and figure out for myself. Sibs, what are you thinking?
I mean, for BB specifically, if we each gave $500, that's the demo kit and 2 languages. That could be really beneficial to them. That can give them exactly what they're asking for.
Right.
I mean, I'd be willing to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see.
And Roguelite was asking for 3K for art, was that correct?
Yeah, art and just like further design. I think that's right.
Yeah.
But then don't forget, Drake, we could be on a mountain, gentlemen. We could be
on
a mountain.
On the Mount Rushmore. You're right.
No, that does sway me because I'm pretty vain.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I think I've got like right now I've got my tentative where I think that I'm going. So I don't know how should we do this? Should we go game at a time, or should we go everybody's votes and then go one by one? What do y'all think? Do you want to do one game at a time? Because like, yeah, I think everybody, like, we're all at 500 for Bean Beasts. I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah, and I think going game at a time is a good idea.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, and it looks like, oh my god, look at the chat poll. Loya and Rogueblight are very, very close to each other. And yeah, I mean, some of these games, like, it's always so impressive to me to see the solo devs, man. The solo devs making these games happen is nuts. I feel like for Drake, I like the game. The reason, like, so I would give 500 to Drake. And the reason why is because this is a game that has gotten, this game came out at the same time of Baldur's Gate and Helldivers 2, when it's about Baldur's Gate and Helldivers 2. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's so lucky. Like, there are a lot of games. I like the game. The game played relatively well, right? Sure, it's a good combat game, and, you know, it's got the storyline. And so, yeah, I would give $500 to Drake.
I'll match that 500. I think Drake is an interesting one. For both Drake and IAH, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed both. I'm not a top-down person, and I'm definitely not an RTS person when it comes to IAH, and I probably, of the 5 games, played the most of IAH.
Right. Yeah, I think that's very fair. I mean, for me, like, it's such a hard decision for me because, like, the way I have it, like, structured is, like, I have one that I'm giving a lot of money to, and then the other ones I'm giving, like, you know, 3 different tiers. And so it's like, I think for me, if it wasn't, like, I'm gonna give, okay, oh, Avali, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah,
No,
you want to give your thoughts on Drake?
Please keep going because I'm trying to do math in my head.
Okay, you're thinking it out?
Struggle.
All right, cool. Okay, so I'll go to the next one then.
Please.
I really like the concept for IAH. I absolutely fucking love the concept. I think it's so interesting. It's so well designed. It's very, it's so unique. And so I want to give them $1,000. And I almost want to give them even more. And I'm still thinking about it because I think that game is so unique and so interesting. I've never seen anything with like that type of a concept. And yeah, I just think it's really cool. Like anytime I see something that's totally new like that, I want to give it, you know, a pat on the back. Like, hey, this is really good.
I agree. I'm torn right now between with the last 4,000 and the last 3 games.
Yeah. I know.
I will easily give IH $1,000.
There it is.
And then I don't know, should I be jumping around the games or no? I can wait.
Okay. You can go to the next one if you want, or Avali, you want to go?
I can jump in. I'm gonna alter mine just a little bit. I know that I said I was gonna do 500 towards Bean Beasts, but I really like that game and I want to support the dev. So can I bump mine to? I want to drop 1,500 with Bean Beasts.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I want to. This is a fantastic game. Like I said, this is a game that I would play. So I know that's going over what they're originally asking. But again, I really like the game. I want to support it. I want to support the dev. When it comes to Drake, gentlemen, that mountain will be ours. I'm going to drop 2 to get us to that 3K to get us to Drake.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
yeah.
Fine. All right.
Sip says he wants to be on a mountain, Asmon.
Yeah, hey, I'm not complaining. That's fine with me.
Great. So now I have 1,500 left. This is what I'm going to say. If both of you guys are contributing to IAH right now, I probably won't put in a monetary contribution, but what I am willing to do is if they would like any connection with any type of collegiate clubs that are focusing on gaming or esports that they would like to use as a connection to hit the computer science programs or any other programs, I am more than happy to make those connections for them. And so that's what I'm willing to offer in terms of support.
That's a lot. That really is a lot, especially for a small developer like that.
Absolutely. So now I'm thinking between Loya and Rogueblight, so I'll allow you to go again if I do my math.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I want to do with the last of the money. I want to give Rogueblight 2,000.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to give 1,000 to Loya. But the other thing I want to actually offer Loya, you know, it's great to build a game for yourself, right? That is a huge deal. But I would like to offer my services on helping you craft out your target audience composition.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I mean, because like I think the question with that, like, I feel like that's very insightful for a game like this, because it's like, you know, you make a crafting game that's survival, that has jumping puzzles, that also has like pet collection. Like, how do you lock that in and really kind of go after a target audience? And I feel like, yeah, like being able to narrow that down would probably be incredibly helpful. So that's extremely generous.
No, thank you. Absolutely. And happy to do it. Yeah, I would love to see, you know, a game like Loya that's being developed by a solo dev find its moment in the sun, so to speak, find its audience. And, you know, without talking about other games too much, there has been a lot of games that I've been reviewing that have the build your base is coming with you. It's a great mechanic, but it is a mechanic that is going to be heavy in the marketplace come 2025 and beyond. So I want to give Loya that little extra step.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're seeing a lot of games like that, especially with the success of games like Pow World. Like, everybody's trying to come in there, and, you know, I've even seen like there's Azure Lane, a gacha game, is like trying to go in there and do the same thing, right? Combine that with Genshin Impact, so there's a lot of competition in there. So they're going to need all the help they can get. And for me, with Loya, I think I would also do 1,000. The reason why is that one dude from France making that entire game over 6 years, 2 more entire biomes planned. Like, the fact that a lot of the ways that the game is designed is not extremely frustrating, except for that one ladder jump. But other than that, it was, you know, pretty crazy to see the way that the, you know, the dodges and everything fit together. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot, right? I mean, I didn't really have to go up to the top and try and do that, but I felt very compelled to do that, and that was impressive to me. And not to mention the idea of a walking house is pretty cool too.
It's a lot of fun. You guys, I think we took it off my screen, but I ended up figuring out how to walk as the house, and I was having a blast going up mountains.
Yeah, there you go.
But okay, I think I know what I'm going to do with the rest of mine. I am going to take a grand of my 1,500 that's left, and I'd like to put that into Rogueblight as well. And the reason for that is because they want to, you know, they want to pay their artists. And right now in the industry, we've seen like a lot of kind of like, people underpaying artists. Oh, can we just use AI art? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah, what artists?
Oh, I would love to support Rogueblight with their art, and of course, give my remaining 500 to Loya. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my money.
Nice.
So I think I did the math wrong. I'm going to be honest. I think I did the math. I don't know how do you do that wrong. But anyway, it seems like I have more money than I thought I did. So I would give the rest of mine to Rogueblight as well. I mean, the Souls-like games, I'm a huge fan of those, and I feel like that's really where I would want to, you know, give a lot of my attention and a lot of my care to would be that. Absolutely. Yeah, I especially like any game that whenever I get done playing it on the show and I'm like, oh fuck, I wish if I did it again, I wouldn't have died there, right? Like, because that was 100% what I was thinking. I was like, I can't believe I died on this in front of everybody like an idiot. Like, there's 3 things this guy does and I did 2 of them wrong. And so yeah, that's the way I felt about it. But yes, Rogueblight definitely would be, you know, the recipient of the rest of the money. And in terms of chat has put together. Are we pro? Is this a winner take all? I'm not entirely. I think it's winner take all. Yes, it is. Okay, I just got that confirmed. So Loya is going to be receiving $5,000 from chat. That is all of you guys that have voted right there. We have Loya going all the way up to the grand total of $7,500 awarded to them for finishing their game. So congratulations, Loya, as well. Actually, would it be possible for us to talk to old Julian and see what he's about? Okay, great. Hey, what's going on, man? Congratulations. It seems like the chat absolutely loved your game.
I mean, yeah, I'm super thankful. As I said before, I'm going to do my best to try and and do the greatest product I can. I'm going to take the time to do it, and I don't want to disappoint people. So yeah, that means a lot. Also, I want to say, like, every game here really deserved the money, right? So
yeah.
Even if they didn't win, like, you should definitely look at their game and wishes them as well, because that means a lot for us, right? For us indies. But yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure, and I'm very excited to see where this game goes. I mean, the fact that you've made this much progress, and you know, I think that I don't need the money definitely sold it to them. You know, they were happy about that. So congratulations, man, and I'm looking forward to see what the game's going to look like whenever you actually get it finished up.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And yeah, we can talk to some of the other devs as well. And I feel like the next one that I would want to talk to, it's going to have to be Josh from Bean Beasts. And Oliver, you're gonna have to explain to him like how you were feeling about this game, because you really went all in with that game.
I mean, yeah, as soon as we pulled Josh in here, I just really loved the appeal of it. Like I said, I love tower defense games, and I feel like one with the environment kind of playing into a factor is being able to push people back, or using it as, hey Josh, welcome back, or be able to use it as armor, kind of like as he had shown us before in some of our demos. Like, I really want to make sure that you have the total proper funding, one, to hire your translators so that you could properly port the game, as well as securing that Switch developer kit. So I want to make sure that, you know, you don't run out of cash when you have to pay for the Japanese translator or the Chinese translator, or making sure that if there's another language that's really standing out to you on your Steam wish list kind of demographics, for you to be able to fulfill that as well. So again, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing your game with us. I really liked Bean Beasts, and I really want to see what you come up with at the end of it.
Oh, thank you so much as well. That's blown me away. I wasn't expecting that at all. So yeah, I'm just over the moon with that. Thank you so much.
Of course. I can't wait to see, what was it, Asmon B?
Oh, God.
Yeah, little B, little bomber.
Oh, God. Yeah. Of course. And yeah, I'll be excited to see what that's going to be, too. And yeah, Josh, I mean, I feel like the guy on the giant chicken was so fucking funny to me. And so, yeah, I'm going to be excited to see kind of what the game turns into.
Cheers.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, congratulations. And we do have, you know who else I'd actually really like to talk to would be, I wanted, if Showrunner's still around from the hacking game, I want to talk to him, see what he's about, and you know, get an idea. Pretty much, I mean, Oliver, you were the one that suggested that you could actually help get them set up with a collegiate group and have them, you know, basically get set up for those tournaments and everything else, right?
Jimmy, that's not Showrunner.
Yeah, Showrunner is sleeping. He's in Finland, and I'm in Sweden.
Jeez.
You missed him.
It's Slippin' Jimmy.
Yeah, but I can help. What's up? Thanks.
Hey, Jimmy. Well, listen, I enjoyed playing your game. We were also discussing, we love the student tournament aspect of things. So if you're interested, as soon as this game is, or as soon as this show is over, I should say, please ping me on Discord, because I would love to connect you with a lot of collegiate and high school organizations, groups, and basically people who can essentially potentially use your game to help teach programming or work it into any of their curriculums, general extracurricular programming, or anything there, because I'd love to make that connection. I'd love to see how far your game can go with it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'll be really excited to see where the game goes too. I think it's such a cool and unique idea that I'm really glad to support it. And I think that, you know, anybody trying to make an RTS game in the year 2024 needs all the help they can get.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, congratulations. And also, I mean, especially considering we got the Mount Rushmore, you know, why don't we talk to Dimitri as well, and you know, see kind of how he's feeling about everything, and you know, if that's going to unlock some of the new narrative plot points and everything else. Dimitri, how you doing, man?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I want to say thanks to my team, to my wife and parents for supporting me these my endeavors. So yeah. Yeah, and thanks for all people in chat. We write down all your questions and ideas. They were very crazy, like, does this game have a horse? Is there fiction? Can you pet animals? Can you romance a snake? Yeah. So yeah, thanks for supporting you, Asmon, Moguli, Sips. We will try our best to give you a great game. And yeah, and this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, congratulations.
We already started to make the concepts. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, great. Yeah, congratulations. And again, Drake on Steam. You guys can check it out. Thank you very much for coming on the show, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And of course, makes sense, right? It's the most money that we had awarded. You know, we'll end it off with Conrad and talk to him a little bit more about Roguelite as well. And as I said, that was pretty much one of the games that I was very, very focused on playing. And you know, it's one of those things where anytime I play a game like that and I don't beat it, I like have to think about it, and I either go back and play it again or I think about it for 5 hours. That's about it. So Conrad, congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. I noticed you both gave $2,000, so I guess I'll have to make 2 NPCs.
Hey.
But that's fine, you know.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it, and thank you so much for all the support. It really means a lot. So thank you, guys.
Well, absolutely, man. And yeah, I want to say thanks a lot for coming on and showing us your game and everything, letting us try and play it on stream. And, you know, I played a new video game and I didn't immediately get confused or mess anything up. So it's pretty easy to learn if that can be the case.
Yeah, you did actually really well in the game.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I feel like I could have done way better. But, you know, definitely, you're right. And thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Conrad, of course, excited to continue conversations with Mad Mushroom. Next step, playtest, so definitely get us access for everyone. Asmon already seems to enjoy it, but definitely want to get the rest of the creators in. And I'll take this time to, you know, shout out to the audience. If you have a great indie game, please go to madmushroom.gg and submit it, just like Conrad did. And you can have your game reviewed by us. I review literally every submission we get. And of course, the content creators then throughout the process also are a big part of this. So if you're looking to get a great game discovered, please, madmushroom.gg. Follow us on all the socials and everything at madmushroomgg.
There it is.
So you can see the latest on all we're doing. And of course, June 4th, go to the view the OTK Games Expo, where there will be a lot of great information on Mad Mushroom's upcoming slate.
And I'm going to have to leave the house for that one, too. That's crazy.
You are going to have to show up, be on stage, and do the whole song and dance. I actually have like a 4-minute dance segment written in right before the Mad Mushroom segment just for you, Asmon. So I'm going to send
Was it another Taylor Swift, like, karaoke thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, great, guys. Yeah, June 4th, OTK Games Expo. And I want to say also, guys, thank you all so much for being so supportive. Thank you, Avali and Sibs, for being my co-hosts and helping me judge these games. It's always great to get your insight because especially in terms of the industry stuff, you guys are way more experienced than I am. And it really made the show a lot better. So thank you all so much for being part of it.
Oh, thank you for having us. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, of course, we have our sponsor, Ally Bank. As you look to grow your own creativity, Ally wants to help you grow your personal savings for the tools of your trade, or building an emergency fund can make your journey to financial independence a little bit easier. Visit ally.com/creator to learn more. So W's in the chat for Ally. They're the ones that obviously put some money into this. Make sure the fact that this show actually goes live at 2 o'clock and not 7:30 p.m. 5 hours later because I decided to oversleep. And we have a production team, we have the prize money, and we're able to do the show. So huge shout out to Ally, and also huge shout out to, I mean, listen, my stream is not always the most welcoming of places for new video games. And the fact that these guys are willing to come on and show their game in front of everybody, you got to have some guts to do that. And so huge shout out to all of the developers and the development teams that came in, and also the ones that applied as well that we didn't end up showing. Thank you guys all so much for making the show possible, and we really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure that's just about it. I mean, shit, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, Olivia and Sibs. It's been a great time. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, boys. I'll probably be back on myself maybe in a little while. I'm going to do a couple of things, IRL things, maybe get some food. And then I'll come back later on and, do my normal, regular, everyday stream. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a couple of hours. I'm going to chill, maybe take a little bit of a nap. I didn't get that much sleep. But, yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.